Welcome back to Movie Dumpster Season 9, Episode 2. Today we're talking about Hard Boiled from 1992, directed by John Woo. And is this the best John Woo movie starring Chow Yun-fat? We think so. I'm Joe Lascola.
And I'm Sean O'Rourke.
Welcome to the Dumpster. Here it is, Sean. You've been waiting a long time for this.
Yeah, and it just happened to finally end here in Season 9, very close to my birthday.
Yeah,
my birthday is January 22nd, so...
It's a happy birthday episode. It's the unofficial birthday episode for Sean.
We don't usually do that, but maybe we'll start. This will be a new trend going forward. Joe's is in August, so try to keep that thought in the back of our minds. But Hard Boiled's one I feel like I've talked about on this show since the beginning. Ever since I bought the DVD back like 10, 12 years ago, which we'll talk about.
It's one of your favorite action movies, isn't it?
Easily. Yeah. Definitely one of my favorite movies, period. But the action is like number one or two easy.
I mean, it is John Woo. It's the movie that made him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and we'll get into that because John Woo has a pretty large career before this.
Yeah. In Hong Kong specifically.
In Hong Kong.
Yeah. But I mean internationally.
Internationally. He then, after this film, moved over to America. But this was his last big feature in Hong Kong, and he went out with a fucking bang.
Yeah, seriously.
Because, he was going on to, for lack of a better term, greener pastures. Some people say he had to get out of the small box that was Hong Kong, move on to the big box, Hollywood, if you will. But
who knows what happens under the CCP? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But Hard Boiled. Very excited to talk about it. So yeah.
But before we get into the cigarettes and tequila slammers, if you want some more Movie Dumpster content, you can head over to patreon.com/Movie Dumpster. You can get an ad-free audio version of the show for only $2 a month, and you can get some other great stuff at the $5 and $10 tiers. We also have a YouTube membership program where you can find some of the stuff you get on Patreon. Not everything, not all the physical stuff. You can only get that stuff on Patreon, like the sticker pack and the shirt and stuff. But on YouTube, you can get commentary tracks and mini-sodes as well. So if that's something you want to do, you can help support your favorite show.
And if you're watching the show here on YouTube, please like the video and share it and subscribe if you're not already. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, leave us that 5 stars and a review if you got the time. We always say even a sentence helps. Anything to let more people know about the show. We're always talking about growing this dumpster community and getting the show into more eardrums, eyeballs, and everything in between. And only you guys leaving those reviews and telling people about the show can do that for us. And we always appreciate it.
Yeah, man, those reviews help more than anything. It helps more than supporting us financially. Like, it helps more than buying stuff or signing up for Patreon. If you share the video and share the podcast with people that are like-minded, I mean, that's all good stuff. But if you do want to spend some money, you want to spend a little bit of that scratch, you can go to MovieDumpsterPodcast.com. We have shirts, hats, sweatshirts, stickers, all kinds of good stuff. Check it out at MovieDumpsterPodcast.com. All right, well, before we get into talking about Hard Boiled, it only makes sense in honor of Chow Yun-fat.
Yes.
And of course your birthday.
My birthday and his character, Inspector Tequila.
And Inspector Tequila, it was only appropriate that we do a tequila slammer.
Hell yeah. I mean, they opened the movie with it. He has a few throughout the film.
Let me tell you something. When I saw this movie, I was like, man, I want a cigarette real fucking bad. I used to smoke, and I was like, fuck.
Oh, well, it's 91.
Yeah.
It's China, Hong Kong.
It's great.
It's the peak of all that shit on film, right?
It's so good.
Before everyone was like, hey, you can't show that on TV anymore.
Shit. So what a tequila slammer is, we got our little horror coasters here. I'm sure some of you have grabbed these from us if you've seen us at events. So what a tequila slammer is tequila.
Yes.
In a rocks glass. And then you put lemon lime soda like 7-Up or Seagram's, or in this case, lime seltzer. And then you put it on top. You put the coaster over the top of this, and you slam it on the table, and then you drink it the whole thing like a shot. Yeah. That's how you do that.
One and done.
One and done. So we want to do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's really make this episode interesting. Little ASMR for anyone that cares.
A little dribbling. There you go.
I hear the bubbles.
You hear the
up.
bubbling, and you take your little coaster and you put it over the top, and you put one finger over it, so you hold it down pretty tight. Got that?
Yeah.
And you're gonna lift it up, and we're gonna slam it down on the table. Hold on, we're gonna do it in a count of 3.
Okay.
And then after that, you take the coaster off, and you drink the whole. You got to drink the whole drink.
All right, easy enough.
You ready? All right. Gambay, everybody. That's how you do that.
I was afraid of making a mess, so I didn't slam mine as hard as yours, but it was damn good regardless. I gotta take a tab out of Tequila's book. Wow, one sip of fucking alcohol. Here we go. I don't really drink much anymore, folks.
We'll do another one later.
All right, fair enough. At the end, when I gotta drive home, perfect. But yes, that's a famous shot that he does in the movie.
Yeah,
we had to do it.
He drinks them like all throughout the movie.
That's his go-to.
He drinks them so much. His nickname is Tequila.
Tequila.
Yeah,
not vodka.
Yeah,
it's tequila.
Oh, and sponsored by Dwayne the Rock Johnson's Terramana. By the way,
God.
there you go. No, not really, but thanks, Rock.
Love you, Dwayne, or something. I don't know how I feel about The Rock, but his tequila was good.
It was good. Also, we have a local theater, the Gap Theater in Wind Gap, run by Harry Guerrero from Exhumed Films.
Okay.
He owns that theater, and they're doing a 35mm presentation of Hard Boiled on January 30th. So,
man.
So if you're into that, fucking do that for sure.
I might do that. I wonder what translation they're using.
I mean, I would
either way.
I would love for you to come up and we go see that. That'd be cool. That'd be a really good time.
Keep that in mind. I like that idea.
Yeah.
So directed by John Woo.
Yeah, like masterful Hong Kong cinema
guy.
Yeah,
which just on that note, was maybe part of the reason why we waited so long to do this review. Shout Factory had just kind of put out this new collection of Hong Kong cinema. They put out Hard Boiled, The Killer, A Better Tomorrow trilogy, a bunch of other ones by John Woo and other adjacent.
Unfortunately, right when they were deciding to sell the company or put it out of business or whatever.
Still don't fully understand what happened with that. I keep accidentally saying Arrow every time we bring it up, but Shout got bought by Grove, or at least their online sales, which is most of their business to my knowledge.
All the sales are going through Grove.
Okay, now, which Grove has actually run a lot of warehouse clearance sales, so I don't know how long
the stuff's going to be available.
Which is a fucking crying shame because Shout was one of the first big ones that was doing this kind of work, and now
bringing cult classics to everybody.
Bringing those cult classics here, and even going as far back before Shout, you had guys like Dragon Dynasty, which is where I got the DVD from. So it's kind of a shame to see Shout potentially going out to pasture. Let's hope not, but I get a little nervous when you see it get bought and then everything going on clearance, especially some of those hard to get discs to begin with. And even this one, Speak of the Devil, at least as of this recording, this Hard Boiled 4K is like hard to get. You can't buy it on their website.
I think you can get it at Grove. I think as of this recording, it's available at Grove.
So maybe it's back, but it goes quickly.
I'm gonna have to grab it if it still is. I could have swore I saw it on there.
I mean, it comes with the booklet with some additional stories in there.
Dude, it's a nice set.
Essays, if you will. The 4K transfer is amazing, which we're going to talk about. And they give you the Blu-ray too, still looks great. And a disc of a bunch of new interviews and behind-the-scenes features. So it's a pretty stacked disc that Shout put together here, and again a bunch of those other movies that I mentioned, and then some.
And you said this has all brand new special features.
Yes,
rather than the DVD.
The DVD
ones?
has different ones, so I didn't go back and watch the DVD special features. I did watch a couple of the ones on the 4K. They have one with John Woo, literally going over the whole movie's history, which I wish I realized before like today, because I sat down to watch it this morning. It was like 40 minutes long. I was like, I do not have time for this, but I watched the first like 15, and there was some pretty good nuggets in there. So if whatever we tell you about the movie today, you want more, watch that documentary. Violent Night, I think it was called.
It's kind of a bummer that they didn't migrate the old special features over to the new disc, but I think it's because of the rights issue.
Maybe the rights, and also this is one of those movies that just for like, once that Dragon Dynasty disc came out, just from like trying to get that updated disc over the years and just from like looking it up for this review, it's kind of like a freak situation actually, to some extent, where it went out of print for like 20 years.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
So like the Dragon Dynasty one, again, I don't know what year this disc was. I don't know if it even says it on here. Doesn't matter. It had to be like 05, 06.
Sure. Early release. Where we're still kind of the Wild West of like DVDs.
Yeah. But like you go and you pop that DVD and you still enjoy the movie, but it's kind of crazy now going and seeing this new release, how much they cleaned it up. They kept the English dub. That hasn't changed. That's kind of what it came out as in 92 to the States.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice to see. But it's a brand new translation. If you look it up back to back, or I'll even insert some shots into the episode here.
I'm curious about that because I personally watched the dubbed version, but I did it on purpose because you said you wanted to specifically watch the new translation and reference the old translation.
Yes.
So that's why I did that. So you get the scope of everything.
Yeah, because there's some character names that are different, especially like in the 90s and early 2000s. We were still doing that a lot.
Yeah.
Part of it is like the classic. They're just trying to match the lips, like the Godzilla problem.
Sure.
It's never going to one-to-one, but they want it to kind of be the same feeling the original intent had.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some dialogue here and there where you're like, all right, the English one had a banger line there. Definitely what they were saying in Cantonese made more sense. But when you have a guy saying, like, you give a man a gun, he's Superman. You give him a second one, he thinks he's God.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't in the original script, but that's a great line.
That is a good line. And I'm curious to see, like, what changed. You know what I mean?
I don't
know.
Like,
what was, quote-unquote, Americanized.
Sure. Some of that we might just put in the video because it's kind of hard to, like, literally have a side-by-side when they're speaking Cantonese and then English. It's like my brain has to, like, kind of go into two different modes for that.
100%.
But some definitely, like I just said, jump out. Like, there's the famous scene towards the end when Chow Yun-fat's holding the baby and the guy runs off and he's like, bullshit! He doesn't say that in Cantonese at all, but it's an iconic scene.
Yeah.
Bullshit!
Though I do want to say the way to watch this is in the original Cantonese language.
And I don't know if we want to just jump into John Woo or if you want to go somewhere else first.
Me personally, when I started hearing John Woo, was The Replacement Killers. It was his stateside movie with Mira Sorvino in it, so like that's how I was kind of familiar with it. And I didn't get to Hard Boiled till later. Yeah, and that was after. Hey, it's John Woo, and this movie came out. Do you remember this? Like all the other shit that he
Peter
did.
Jackson when fucking
Peter Jackson
Lord of the Rings came out. What he did this movie Dead Alive?
Yeah, Bad Taste. What?
Right.
Meet the Feebles.
I mean, I kind of already said it, but like I've been familiar with John Woo for a while. I guess probably like Mission Impossible 2 might have been my first like exposure to him, which is like pretty late into, I guess that was like early 2000s or maybe late 90s, I forget. Yeah. But then I went back, I watched Face Off, loved that.
Oh, Face Off is fucking fantastic.
Classic. We got to cover that. That and Hard Target, I think, were the other two I saw before I finally saw Hard Boiled. I don't even remember the origins of how I saw it. I don't know if I just heard about it and looked it up or was at the store and was like, fuck, John Woo, Chow Yun-fat, okay, I'll give it a shot, and loved it.
It's funny you say that because, like, Face Off is a movie that I love that movie.
It was pretty popular at the time.
It was huge at the time, but like I didn't. You don't correlate it to being John Woo because it's an all-American cast.
Well, yeah, Travolta and Nick Cage as your leads.
Yeah, and then you're like, and then when you see Crouching Tiger and that come to the States and then be dubbed or translated or subbed or whatever, then you're like, oh, I know it sounds fucked up, but your brain makes the connection like, oh, Asian cast, Asian director. You know what I mean?
Chow Yun-fat also stars in that.
Yeah, and Michelle Yeoh's in that as well. Yeah,
she was supposed to be in this movie actually. She's supposed to be the Teresa character.
No
but
shit.
She had a scheduling conflict.
Also, like
the character was also very different, and maybe I can get into that when we do trivia. But
yeah, but also like when she's doing shit like Police Story 2 with fucking Jackie Chan, it's like
Super Cop,
and Super Cop. It's like, dude, do something like she wants to do the action role.
The character, again, and we'll go into it a little bit deeper as we get into the review part. But the character was very different initially. This movie went through a lot of script changes, and again, I don't want to get into that quite yet, but you'd be surprised. A lot of the same cinematography people. You have John Woo, same people writing the stories. Again, John Woo wrote at least the story of a lot of his movies, maybe not the screenplay of a lot of his movies. So you have that, the different camera techniques that kind of come into play. A lot of the stuff you see in this movie, a lot of those close punch-ins kind of makes me think of Raimi a little bit, or Edgar Wright kind of took that and ran with that idea. But John Woo does a decent amount of them in this movie.
The cinematography in this movie is fucking incredible, and like I could not help seeing all the T2.
Well, it came out around the same time.
Yeah,
man.
all the T2 stuff, and I'm like, did Woo get inspired by James Cameron, or did James Cameron get inspired by Woo?
They actually have a trivia about that because there's a specific scene where the character Along, played by Tony Leung, he is carrying like the roses with the gun.
I was like, this is fucking Terminator 2.
And they call it out on, I think it was IMDb or somebody specifically calls it out that it was just parallel thinking because those movies came out like the same year.
That's so bizarre.
But there is another movie that they could have been pulling from. I didn't write it down, but like a movie from like the 70s or 80s.
Oh, 100%.
That also had done that.
It was just funny that they had both done
right back to back.
And it was like back to back the same fucking year. And it was like, wow.
Yeah. That is kind of funny. Yeah. But the cinematographer, just because we're talking about it, was Wing Hang Wong.
Wing Hang Wong?
That's their name. I might not be getting all these names right. I'm trying. They're Cantonese names. I'll try to get as close as possible. But
they could be Mandarin too. I don't know.
Mandarin, that's true.
There's Mandarin and there's Cantonese and Mandarin. Yeah.
But they also did some cinematography for Better Tomorrow 1 through 3, which also stars Chow Yun-fat. John Woo did the first two.
Yeah.
He did The Killer, another Chow Yun-fat.
The Killer. Now that was '89, right?
Yep.
That was like that was like a bigger movie for John Woo in
That's
Hong
another
Kong.
one that I feel like a lot of people in the comments might argue with us.
Yeah.
That might be the other best
Sure.
John Woo, Chow
Yeah.
Yun-fat movie.
Yeah.
Where Chow Yun-fat plays the titular The Killer.
Yeah.
He's an assassin, and he accidentally blinds a woman on the job, and he has like remorse for it and tries to help her, but she doesn't know he's the one that blinded her.
Oh, I love that.
So it's a kind of like interesting Romeo and Juliet kind of situation with this assassin backdrop to it. You'd like it a lot.
Yeah, that's
maybe we'll cover that one eventually.
I feel like I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
Sure.
And like Chow Yun-fat, especially in like John Woo movies, he's always playing like the triad or the cop or the whatever, and it's very like action oriented.
He plays characters that are different but similar because he has kind of that vibe about him.
Yeah,
he's like you're hiring that actor.
He's like the Chinese Stallone, you know. He's like or Schwarzenegger. It's the same thing with Jackie Chan.
He is, and funnily enough, you mentioned that when Woo was writing this movie, he wrote it, or at least the story, I should say. He wanted to do Hong Kong's version of Dirty Harry.
So like Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, but I'm saying if you think about what happens in this movie, this guy's basically a one-man wrecking army.
Yeah, no, 100%.
He is that character.
Yeah.
But
the hard-boiled cop, dude.
He is
straight
a hard-boiled
up
cop. But
TM.
Just exactly. But also just the guy, Wing Hang Wong also did the cinematography for Bullet in the Head and Home Sweet Home.
Really?
From 2005, not Body by Jake.
Oh, fuck.
I just had to write that one down. Sorry. He also did Twin Dragons.
My brain just went to shit because I thought you were talking about Sweet Home.
Oh no,
the Japanese movie that we covered.
No.
Yeah.
Just had to throw that out there just to fuck with you for a second.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, cinematography very good. John Woo. I mean, go down the fucking list. A Better Tomorrow 1 and 2, The Killer, Bullet in the Head, Once the Thief, Hard Target, Broken Arrow, Face Off, Mission Impossible 2, Red Cliffs Part 1 and 2, Silent Night 2023, starring Joel Kinnaman. Didn't even know that existed.
Me neither.
And I cut a bunch of shit out.
this movie is kinetic, but not in the way that you might think of kinetic.
Yeah.
It's just always moving.
It is.
It's these dolly shots with these pans and these push-ins and these walking shots and these some of that. There's some handheld stuff that's really fucking good. It's just like, man,
long shots.
Like there are some scenes I'm like, God damn, that was fucking beautiful. Like you like exclaim when you see it. You're like, holy shit.
And wait till you hear how much fucking money they had for this, Joe.
Oh, I know. And you want to know why they did though? Because the fucking the Chinese government funds the fucking movies. It's just like France.
Yeah. $4 million to make this whole movie and promote it and everything.
Yeah.
That is insane to me. Even in 19, I guess they probably filmed it in 90, but that is insane.
But like, I feel like that
I guess it was 91.
That money went a long ass way. You know what I mean?
I especially just too on that note too. While they started production while the script was being finished, and their main writer. Barry Wong was a prolific writer of Hong Kong cinema. He was on vacation in Germany. He had finished the script according to the other writing, Gordon Chan.
Yeah.
But he died of a heart attack.
Oh, shit.
And so John Woo was kind of like left in the lurch. Not only did you lose your writer / like a good friend, you've already started filming your movie and you don't have an ending.
Yeah. Sounds like now.
Fucking A.
But nobody died of a heart attack.
Yeah, Avengers, God help me.
We just got fucked, yeah.
But, I mean, that was somewhat common in the Hong Kong cinema stuff. They didn't always know exactly how it was going to end. Sure. A lot of it was like, well, we know this stunt's going to happen, but I don't know, like, the exact story around it. Because even the first main sequence in this movie, when we get to it, like the tea house shootout, that whole part they did without a script. They're like, okay, well, this place is going to get knocked down like in a week.
Let's just fucking destroy it.
Yeah, Chow Yun-fat's going to be a cop. Here's some tertiary ideas, but we really don't know. Well, let's do an awesome sequence.
Speaking of crazy,
like that,
speaking of crazy Hong Kong action films, you really need to see Run and Kill that I let you borrow.
Oh, I've been holding on that for like 2 years.
Yeah,
sorry.
that Error 4444 put out, man. You got to check it out because that's something I'd like to cover.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love watching these movies. I mean, I listed a bunch of the ones that I've seen and some I have not actually, but they're just always a good time.
Yeah. All right, man. So hey, man, it's this is your birthday episode. You've also been waiting a long time to talk about this, so let's get the plot crunch from you.
So this is a movie about cops and robbers, but I guess because John Woo...
Cops and arms dealers?
Arms dealers.
Yeah.
John Woo had gotten a lot of flack for glorifying thieves and bad guys, so he said, let's put the shoe on the other foot this time. The gangland culture, so he did a cop movie.
Yeah, because he was doing a lot of triad movies, too.
Yep, Killer, Once a Thief, or whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, so he did this movie starring Chow Yun-fat as Inspector Tequila, who is your hard-boiled cop, quote
TM.
unquote TM. Yeah, exactly. And he's just this guy who's trying to solve this arms weapons situation that all the criminals have all these arms hidden somewhere in the city. They don't know how they're getting them in, but there's a massive war that's been going on between different triads and the police, and just a lot of death and destruction.
Yeah.
And John Woo talked about in interviews that this was like kind of what was going on. I mean, this is a movie still at the end of the day. It's spectacle to some extent, but there's a lot of problems in the late 90s and 80s with the triads.
Yeah.
And essentially you follow...
Which is Chinese mafia, by the way.
Mafia.
People don't know what that is.
And you also follow this other character, either Alan or Along in the new translation. But he's Alan in the old one and the English dub.
Yeah, the English dub is Alan.
Played by Tony Leon, who's an undercover cop who's been in the shit for...
I think it's Tony Long.
Tony Long? Okay,
Tony
my
Long.
bad.
It's either Lung or Long.
The L-E always throws me off. Al Leon. I think I called him too. Al Long.
Al Leong, you know, that guy, he's from fucking Brooklyn.
Yeah, Tony Long. He's an undercover cop who's in the triads, and he's kind of making his way through it, but it's that kind of classic. He's been in it too long, and he's starting to crack and needs to get out, but he's got to finish the job. He's been undercover for this whole time, but Chow Yun-fat's got to be up his ass because his friend gets killed in the tea house, his partner, and he's like going to do anything to solve this case, and it all kind of culminates with them, oh shit, we're going to work together to stop this bad guy, Johnny Wong, who's kind of just... a maniacal maniac that's kind of taken over the weapons deals in the areas through a hostile takeover.
Oh, yeah.
And they have this huge fight at a fucking hospital for most of the movie.
It's great.
And that's basically it, man. It's, again, cops versus robbers, but it's Hong Kong cinema and some of the best stunts and gunplay, or like gung fu, if you will, to steal a term.
Gunkata?
Gunkata. I mean, that was a thing. John Woo kind of half invented it with like A Better Tomorrow, specifically was the one where I feel like he really put that idea into people's minds. That and the second one especially have a lot of huge gunfights. But the Gunkata.
Shit, dude. The tea house, the warehouse, and the hospital scenes are just fucking
crazy.
Insane.
They each one up each other. And
Holy
again,
shit.
John Woo said that's what he was going for. I mean, you have those smaller action sequences peppered throughout, but those are your 3 tentpole scenes.
Like we were just talking about on the Dark Angel episode, like these are real guys with real explosions and real cars and real bombs going off. Like shit's nuts, dude.
And especially some of the stuff towards the end. Apparently, Chow Yun-fat didn't realize how close some of those explosions were to him, and he watched like the Daily and was like, "Oh
holy
shit!
Like we could have killed me, John? You could have fucking died."
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Chow Yun-fat at the there's a couple scenes where he's like in the hospital, and it's like, dude, he almost is on fire.
Stuff is literally again a Better Tomorrow. Someone almost, if not died, did die. I forgot the trivia.
No shit.
Of an explosion.
Oh my god.
So John Woo's not necessarily he doesn't have Ocean speed dial. Let's
no,
say.
I don't think so.
He's like going by the Jackie Chan school of thought, for better or worse.
They're kind of doing whatever they want, more or less.
One other thing I did want to mention before we get into the actual movie, Hard Boiled. There's this fucking character in One Piece. I should have bought the shirt and wore it. A Let's Baby shirt. This character, Senor Pink. I'd be remiss not to at least mention this.
Senor Pink?
Yeah, he works with this one character, Doflamingo, later in the series, but he's this guy who is he keeps saying he's hard-boiled. That's the joke. He's the hard-boiled bad guy, but he's dressed like a fucking baby.
Oh, that's so funny.
This guy actually kind of a sad reason why he wears that outfit, but let's not get too deep into the One Piece reference. Just had to mention that. He's hard-boiled, Senor Pink. Now we can get on to the review.
2 in the Senor Pink, 1 in the stink.
Yeah, there you go, with that baby bonnet on.
So yeah, we literally open up the movie on the streets of Chinatown, or streets of Hong Kong rather, and we're in this jazz club, and right out of the gate, fucking Sergeant Tequila, Chow Yun-fat, does his tequila slammer. He's smoking a fucking cigarette, and he starts fucking blowing away on that clarinet, dude.
Yeah, I think I had previously said on another episode he's part of the saxophone group, but I guess he's part of the brass group. Let's just change that slightly.
He's kicking that smooth jazz up, dude.
Yeah, hanging out again from the guy from Lost Boys, saxophone man, and the crew from Star Wars, Max Rebo.
Yeah, well, definitely the Cantina Cats.
Cantina Cats. Just gonna repeat that joke from another episode, or clarifying it. Actually, clarinetting it.
Oh well, he's clarinet, but we talked about the saxophone guild. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying I'm clarifying. It's the brass guild.
Okay, gotcha. Well, it's a woodwind clarinet.
Oh fuck.
There you go.
It's
a different sect.
They work together. They're musicians.
Yeah.
But I never noticed it before, and I've seen this movie like 50 fucking times. But his partner, who we already kind of said it, but he gets killed in the opening sequence, is actually in the band with him playing drums.
Yeah.
And John Woo added this character quirk because when he was writing the original story for the movie, which was very different, by the way, I forgot to go into that. The original story of this movie was going to be about Tony Long's character, who was a psychopath who was poisoning baby formula. Because remember that was like a thing in the late 80s, early 90s? A few people's babies died. So he had seen the headline and was like, that's a terrible thing. That might make an interesting story.
Yeah, but goddamn, that's dark as fuck.
Well, during production, they were all like, John, this is a little much. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if audiences really would understand babies dying.
Let's save the babies.
Yeah, so he changed the character, and actually Gordon Chan, who came in after Barry Wong's death, kind of came up with the undercover aspect of Tony Long's character.
Yeah.
But they had interviewed cops while making the initial story, and one of the cops they had interviewed to kind of get perspective on was a musician.
Yeah.
So John Woo liked that element and said, I think that guy was like a saxophone, or he might have been drums.
Yeah.
So he added that to the Tequila character, and his friend Benny plays drums. It's just a little added detail.
It's kind of fun because like Chow Yun-fat like plays the jazz music and writes the jazz music like if
for the funerals
one of his funerals, like if one of his friends die or somebody in the police force dies, he writes the music for it.
He talks about that later, that it's like a sad thing whenever it happens.
And there's like a parallel there with like Paper Cranes that we'll talk about and all that kind of stuff.
There's a lot of really good parallels in this.
Stuff, and the flip side of each coin.
Exactly.
You know
and
what
the
I mean?
editing too kind of makes it, which I didn't even really talk about. There's like a 4-man editing team with John Woo and 3 other people.
I mean, it feels like it. It's fucking intense.
It is. But we go to this tea house that we've kind of talked about a little already, but they're kind of bullshit. And I want to say the English conversation they're having is a little different than the Cantonese, but it's just a basic, they're just kind of killing time while they look at the room to find the criminals.
I mean, it's just bullshit. And they're like, oh, you know, he's there. He's got his bird cage. It's like it's like a bird cage bar.
It's like a tiki broom.
That's
what I thought of.
Like to sell the birds or like bet on the birds or something. It's something like that.
I think the idea is that it's like they were popular like those parakeets again, I'm a little ignorant to this, but I feel like a few other movies in this vein that I've seen, this is a running thing at the tea house. They bring birds. It's like a communal thing. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's like a cultural thing or like if it's a specific thing where like people would meet to do deals like this.
Like a cat cafe, but it's birds.
Kind of. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That's my basic understanding.
Yeah, but you just got to mention because Chow Yun-fat has the bird in the cage
because he's got the mirror.
Yeah.
He's watching people
and he's like watching the arms dealers guys like make the fucking deal across the way.
Yeah.
But there's like planted cops like as the tea house members. He's there with one of his partners like sitting across from him, and they're kind of
the drum guy.
They're doing this fucking sting operation basically.
And they do that a few times in the movie where they call out, oh, there's guys around here undercover, and like it's just a visual thing. The camera just cuts them, and you're oh, okay, that's the cop. That's the cop.
And you're like, oh, that's the bad guy. That's the cop.
Because they do it again later when they're in the hospital. It's like, oh, you're surrounded by help.
Oh man, but the hospital. We'll get to the hospital.
But I'm saying they do it a couple times.
But what's so crazy about the hospital is that you don't know who's a fucking cop and who's a bad guy.
That's what makes the end.
And
of the
that's
movie
what makes it so great.
Yeah, because of the different disguises people are wearing.
Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, is he Wong's guy or is he the fucking or is he a cop?
But here it's just there's this arms deal going on. It's pretty straightforward. Again, they didn't even have a script when they shot this, but they made it fucking work.
Yeah, lots of visual storytelling. Like you know who's the bad guy, you know that they're the cops. They're about to bust a sting operation. And one of the cops is also the guy serving the tea.
This guy's great. He shows up a few times throughout the film.
Dude, he goes over. So they make the deal, and he goes over and he goes to pour the fucking tea, and then like knocks over the bird cage and spills all the shit. And immediately, like we're not even 10 minutes into the movie, and Chow Yun-fat's picking up a fucking tea kettle and smashing some guy in the fucking face.
Stomps on the bird cage to reveal all the handguns.
Smashes the cage. Got the handguns. They pick up the handguns. They're dude.
They start just going at it, man.
It's like
the squibs are flying.
It's fucking insane. They are shooting everyone, and I'm talking like point blank in the chest, blowing out their black. It's fucking nuts.
We got squibs going off people's chests. You got headshot. We got a really good headshot at the end, but a lot of people getting shot in the face.
Oh my god,
they're showing it.
Like the bad guys and the cops are just shooting everybody
shit out of each other. And Chow Yun-fat, they actually had a video game that was technically a sequel to this that came out.
No, are you serious?
Xbox 360 and maybe PS3. It was called Stranglehold.
No way.
He comes back. He reprises Tequila. They had like Max Payne kind of mechanics in the game though, where you would
like bullet time and
bullet
shit?
time when he would jump, which he does a lot in the movie. He does that slow, like jumps to the side and fires, but you'd slow down in the game so you could aim at people.
Which he does like in the movie. Like it is slow mo. It's
he
cool.
jumps backwards. I think in this scene and is firing at a guy.
Dude,
the finger pistols.
He's got two fucking pistols and he's just shooting the shit at everybody. The fucking bad guy stands up and just oozes sees like a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah. Again, they show a few people that you're not sure who works for who, but then
Yeah.
it becomes clear quickly, and the criminals are trying to get the fuck out of there.
There's people running down the stairs,
Just
and
getting shot.
and the criminals are trying to get out, so they're just shooting people on the fucking
Get out of the way,
stairwell.
old man.
Yeah, and they're just shooting motherfuckers.
I love this scene, though. Apparently, this was improvised. Again, the whole tea house, they basically didn't know what they were going to do. But John Woo, when he saw that railing they're going
I was just about to say, dude.
him and Chow Yun-fat were like, oh, that would be a cool stunt. So
Yeah.
Chow Yun-fat, well, he's going after a couple guys fleeing.
Yeah.
Also, a bunch of cops get shot in the process.
Yeah.
Don't come in, don't come in!
Just fucking mows them down.
But he goes down, kind of sliding, half running down the railing, and he's shooting the fuck out of these last four
Sliding
guys.
down the rail, just shooting
guns
these guys.
akimbo.
It's great.
And he goes back in and to help his partner Benny kind of finish off the last couple criminals. And Benny just gets fucking destroyed by this Japanese guy.
And he tells him, he's like, don't fucking go in there.
Yeah.
And he just gets shot to
The
shit.
kitchen or whatever.
Yeah, and this is great because Chow Yun-fat like dodges this and like jumps on this table like full of like dumpling dust.
Yeah.
And, like,
Oh, God.
And like
rolls over it.
rolls over it. He's covered in fucking dust, and he puts the gun right to the guy's head and just pulls the trigger and gets fucking splattered with blood.
Oh, it's great. It makes me think of Lady Snowblood instantly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With just the white, the red on white.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, like the snow. Yeah.
Yeah, and he spits the fucking toothpick out as it's a fire. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
And, he's checking on Benny, who's clearly fucking dead, and the other cops show up to, survey the chaos and his boss.
The superintendent shows
Superintendent Pang, played by Philip Chan, another prolific actor who actually was a cop before an actor.
No shit.
He was a police chief of some kind, so... It's kind of interesting. You see those, even in American films, a lot of those actors that transition and they play those kind of roles often, or military characters. And he actually talked about in interviews that this was one of the movies he worked on that he felt like actually captured the police side of it pretty accurately. At least the maybe not the exploding.
I was gonna say
part.
that's batshit insane.
Yeah, but the actual parts at like the police station and like the more procedural elements of it.
Watching stuff like Fatal Termination and like Hard Boiled, like I'm like, is that how Chinese cops fucking do
well,
it?
he
Like,
kinda
is this what it's like in Hong Kong?
Well, he kind of when he writes those police headquarters scenes in Face Off, it kind of reminds me a lot of these scenes.
Yeah,
Very,
100%.
I mean, they're only a couple of years apart, so that's part of it too, but similar.
The superintendent comes in and he's like, Tequila, you fucking idiot! Like, you killed the guy! Like, he was a key suspect. Like, I needed him to like talk about. Like, I needed him. He was my witness.
Oh yeah, the guy he killed.
Yeah, and he killed him because he killed his partner.
Yeah, he's like, fuck this.
He's like, fuck this shit. So they have a funeral for him and everything, and then we kick up that fucking city pop dude and get introduced to Tony Long or Leong.
Because we have Chow Yun-fat kind of like not crying, but he's sad, and he's talking to. He goes back to the jazz bar actually first, and we get introduced to Mr. Wu, who's at the fucking jazz bar. And he's like, this kind of stuff happens. I used to be in the police force. I understand. And I only bring that up specifically because we cut back there a few times throughout the film.
And you do see John Woo, my bad.
And these scenes only existed because apparently I was reading that initially there was a bunch of scenes with Chow Yun-fat and his girlfriend character, Teresa, that were cut to kind of expand on their relationship, which is why it's just kind of in window dressing in the final film. And Chow Yun-fat's like, man, like if I have a scene with John Woo, maybe he won't cut those scenes. So, that's why the jazz scenes ended up happening and just kind of expanding on the humane element of Tequila.
I like
Give him
Tequila
a little bit more.
I like Tequila and Teresa's arc though.
I do still like.
I think it works.
I like what we get, but I still would be curious what that Michelle Yeoh version would have been. She would have obviously been more of an ass kicker.
She would have fucking She would have been like, John, I'm doing some crazy shit.
I like what they give Teresa in this movie. At some points it feels a little sexist, but I think it kind of turns itself on its head by the end of the movie.
And she has her thing where she gets.
Well, she got to protect the babies, man. Yeah. And she kind of, I love that about her.
Yeah,
but
it's great.
We're not quite at her yet.
But yeah, like I said, kick up that fucking city pop, dude, because Tony Long or Leong or however you say his name.
Tony Long, we'll say.
Tony Long. He fucking comes in, dude, and I love how he's introduced. He's like driving this fucking convertible. Dude, these shots of him walking into the library with like the sun and the rays coming in and just having that like soft glow on all the lights and everything. Like I just love it so fucking much.
And I don't know how you feel about this, but they do the post-production slow motion a few times in this film.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like it either.
But they do regular slow motion too, which is fine.
They do. I think it works for the most part in this movie. I think there's a couple parts towards the end, especially that long shot where they just had to do it to make the scene flow a little smoother.
Yeah.
Because when we get to there, that's an insane part. But yeah, this is one of those scenes I remember because they kind of do like, we're coming right off the 80s. There's still a little bit of that aesthetic where they do like, I don't know the term for it. It's not pop, but it's like get like frames of things kind of popping on screen back to back, almost like in slow motion as he's walking into the library.
Oh yeah, the way it's like intercut.
Yeah. I don't know the term for that, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's just like intercut.
And
stuff.
he has this quirk, which it comes back at the end of the movie where he like kind of puts his finger across the wall as he's walking in the library, and he grabs this Shakespeare book off. We're like, all right, what the fuck this guy doing?
It's so fucking good.
And he walks up to what was this guy's name in your version? Because in my version, he's Little Mustache. This guy at the table.
He doesn't call him Little Mustache. At least I don't think so.
Okay,
I didn't.
It was probably different.
It wasn't anything weird like that
Sure.
where I didn't pick it up, but he's basically like, you Uncle Hoy said you were fucking with him, and we don't fuck over Uncle Hoy.
No.
And he's like, no man, I didn't do anything, like we're all good.
Yeah. And he opens up the Shakespeare book and there's a pistol inside of it.
Fucking
Silence
pistol.
Blows this guy away.
Dude, this fucking the headshots in this are amazing. There's two really, this one and one near
the one at the end.
The one at the end is like, holy shit. I mean, it's good.
But I like the framing of the shot because he just shoots picks up the book, which is now kind of the blood's kind of created an outline.
Man, I love that.
And we get it from like the librarian's perspective, who's like a little further back in the room, and she just sees like Alan, which is the character's name, or Along, depending on the version. Yeah. Probably just call him Alan.
Alan, which is Alan.
Yeah. It's a tiny little difference. I'm sure if I was actually from the area, I'd be like, oh no, it's a tiny difference, but there's a difference.
It's the vernacular or the cadence rather of the Chinese.
Exactly. But anyway, we don't see exactly where Alan goes yet. We kind of then see the aftermath. The police come in. They're looking over the body. Like, who the fuck is this guy? They don't quite know yet. Yeah. Chow Yun-fat comes in eating a sandwich. He's like instantly knows because he's good at his job.
Yeah, he's a good detective.
And he has like a notebook, and he's like looking at like the mark that's there. There's nothing there anymore, just the blood mark. And he like drops the book.
He like pulls the book over, and he's like, it's a book. How the fuck he finds what book it is, I'll never know. But it's okay.
He was in there for
cool.
a week. They didn't tell us how long he was in there.
But he's walking down the thing again, and he's putting his hand on it. And he comes to the Shakespeare book, and there's like clearly blood all over it. He opens it up. He's like, "There's your fucking gun. There you go."
He smiles.
Yeah.
And then it cuts.
So Alan's on his boat, and he's doing the origami, and you're not sure exactly what it's for yet, but he's making paper cranes
with this somber. It's almost like his theme because it's mostly used with him.
Yeah, it's only for him
when he's sad moments,
like when he's on the boat and like alone.
Yeah,
right? Because he's kind of mourning it, and like. I guess we can mention that now, but we already mentioned that, he's an informant for the police.
In the plot crunch,
in the plot crunch, he's an informant for the police, but he's mostly triad. And like, when I say mostly triad, I mean like, he's killing motherfuckers. Like, to make sure that he stays undercover and nobody knows that he's working for the cops.
Which is what you love to see, because how many movies or TV shows they're undercover, but they don't ever like cross that line. He's crossing the line.
The Departed comes to mind.
Well, which is funny. I actually meant to bring that up because he is actually the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio character in Infernal Affairs, which I ended up watching because I had never seen it, and I love The Departed. We both love. We saw it together many years ago. But yeah, he is that character in Infernal Affairs. And he actually, funnily enough, every time I'm watching the movie, he looks like Asian Justin Long. I'm like, just his haircut in that movie especially, and he's got a little bit of a goatee. Mm-hmm. But he's great in that movie. And actually, Johnny Wong, who we'll get to in a little while, played by, I think his name's Anthony Wong, actually.
Yeah, his name is like Wong in real life.
He is also in Infernal Affairs, and he's like the Martin Sheen character that, who gets, has a bad ending.
Yeah.
But a lot of people kind of, it was like 10 years later, but a lot of crossovers for this. There might even be a third actor, I forget, but Infernal and Fair crossovers. But is it funny he's undercover in both.
Yeah.
And it is Infernal because I always thought it was internal.
I thought it was internal.
But they explain it in the movie because it's about infernal as in like you're in a hell of
everything's
repeating. Mostly a specific character. I won't flat out spoil it if you haven't seen those movies, but you're in hell because you can't get out of the situation.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
But he makes these paper cranes because it's kind of the way he mourns the people that he has to kill.
Right. Yeah. That's his coping mechanism, which again, if you haven't seen the movie, you're just like, what is he doing? Why is this like a sad moment? He just assassinated a guy. You're not sure, right?
I don't even know what my notes are in reference to, but it just says the movie is full of great shots. And like every fucking time I see it, I'm like, wow, that was great. Wow, there was so many that I couldn't even write them all down.
It is. And again, like that cinematographer had done so many of those other John Woo movies and things in the similar things that were adjacent.
Yeah. They're very thoughtful. They're way planned out.
Yeah.
Like they're like it's very specific. each shot. So Tequila goes back to the precinct or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
the headquarters. You see Teresa there, and Teresa's getting like flowers from some mysterious person. Now Tequila and
Yeah.
Teresa used to be together, but now they're broken up.
Because he's like, this is also where they find out this guy's name's Little Mustache that got assassinated.
Right.
And they're all trying to like crack the case. They're all serious, and Tequila's like taking the piss out of him. He's got the newspaper. He's like, how the hell am I gonna get an apartment in Hong Kong at this price? He's like, 300,000 yen. Fuck that.
And he's like, why don't you stay at the YMCA or some shit?
It's not yen. I don't know what they're. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Yeah. He's like, I'll stay at the jazz club. Jazz club.
Yeah.
But yeah, Teresa Mo plays Teresa, and I already kind of explained originally it was Michelle Yeoh, and it got changed. But yeah, she keeps getting these flowers, and he's jealous, and he goes up to like the statue, this General Guan, which I looked up was like I don't know, it's a statue in Chinese culture that you pray to.
Yeah, it's like
kind of goes over my head a little.
Yeah,
to be
they do like open prayers like that. It's like everywhere. You light the incense, you do the prayers.
And he's like, oh, please make my situation with my woman better. And she is kind of going over this song lyric because we find out that every time that she gets sent flowers by Alan, it's like a secret code based on the melody.
And the notes, like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da, or whatever, are part of how he encodes it.
And I like that a lot. And with Cantonese, you always get a little bit of that English pepper name, which is always kind of fun. You didn't get too much of it in your version.
No. But I could see how it would translate to that because that's kind of universal, that the music language.
Because they're definitely just oh, you love me. I mean, I'll just put the clip in, but they actually sing it. And then I love how Tequila's actually like, oh, actually, you got this one wrong. You got to change these letters around.
Oh, they sing it in the dub, and you're like, fucking bad.
But she takes it to Inspector or Superintendent Pang, and she starts to sing it to him. And there's this funny joke where he's like, all right, enough. And she's like, oh, you're tone deaf. She's like, I'll sing if I want.
I love the exchange here too. He's like, I didn't know you like white lotuses or white roses.
Oh yeah.
And she's like,
Tequila.
well, you never asked, or some shit like that. So
she's like, yeah, he didn't either. He just knew.
And he's like, motherfucker.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
And she's like, here, I got some of your stuff. She like gives him like a bag of his underwear.
In the Cantonese version, she's talking about, oh yeah, my mom has some soup for you.
Oh, really?
He goes, oh yeah, I don't know if I want it. And then she throws him the underwear bag, and he's like flipping it around in his hand, all embarrassed. But yeah, I love how Superintendent Pang like writes her off. I don't want to hear the singing, and then he's sitting at his desk.
He's like,
oh,
it's Solatida, and he like puts it in.
He's all pleased with himself after he told her to shut the fuck up. I was just funny gag.
Because like he has to decode the message on the computer by using the song notes, and then I think the first one is the lion is near the trap.
Right.
Basically, meaning like
after the tea house fight.
So Tony's like closing in on
the big game.
The
silver tuna.
The silver tuna,
which is Johnny Wong, as we find out, because we now meet Uncle Hoy, who is the old guard, more of your classic. I know they're triads, but classic Yakuza, classic triad, has a little bit more honor.
But there's
more
honor,
respect.
There's respect, and just like
family is important to him.
Just like mafia guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
or even original gang stuff.
Yeah, just gangs in general.
Yeah,
that's
like
common.
they were for the community.
Yeah.
Were they doing criminal things? Yeah, but they protected their communities.
Exactly. That was especially when the police, going back even back then, were corrupt, and the triads and the Yakuza or whoever, your local gangs were the ones protecting you. Even like you said, the Italians or the Irish.
Yep.
But
then of course that careens into drugs and all kinds of fucked up shit, and they kill their communities. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. There's Uncle Hoy, played by Kwan Hoi-san. There's a lot of actors with similar to their actual names in the movie. I don't know.
Alan brings in some beef jerky, and I'm like, fuck, I want to eat that beef jerky.
and Uncle Hoy, Alan's like his most trusted kind of person, and he has a bunch of these other younger guys under him that work, do his bidding.
Yeah.
And Alan,
but it's more like a family, and they're all like, hey, how you doing? How's it going, brother?
Which is a parallel once you get to Johnny in a few minutes, where it's hyper. Their business, they're gangsters, that's it.
Oh, and if you, like, there is no, we're playing around with Johnny. Like, Johnny, like, the guys that work for him don't even fucking like him kind of thing.
No. But before we go to him, Uncle Hoy, he is being kind of talked to by Alan, who's kind of like, he knows where the road is going. He knows Uncle Hoy's going to get put out to pasture, or going to find out he's a cop. One or the other's going to happen first. So he's like, why don't you go to Hawaii for a while and, like, give all this up? Because he clearly cares for this guy, even if he's undercover.
Get him out of here. Or he's going to, because he knows he's going to have to kill him. And even the guy that he shot, he didn't want to have to shoot.
No.
And he even tells that to Uncle Hoy. And Uncle Hoy's like, what the fuck? Like, you just killed him. And he's like, it needed to be done.
Well, Actually, that might be a difference because in the Cantonese one, he actually is all about it. He was sent him there to do it. He's more angry that the guy left them for Johnny. So I wonder if that's a
maybe that's what
translation
maybe
issue.
that's what it was. Yeah, I'm sorry. I could have just got that wrong.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's with the translation, there are slight differences.
I think he says something along the lines of "it's a shame" or something like that. That it had to end up that way. I guess.
Yeah. Then we get introduced to this weasel character, the fucking rat character.
Yeah.
Where's Jack Nicholson? Looking for a rat.
Doing his coke.
Party. Yeah. This guy, Stephen Tong as Little Co or Fox.
Or Foxy,
in the English dub. This guy also did a lot of the fight choreography in this movie. Him and the guy who plays Mad Dog, who we're about to get to.
No shit.
Philip Kwok.
Yeah.
Were like the two main stunt coordinators. Philip Kwok was the main guy.
Yeah.
And he would done so many movies. I have a bunch written down. We'll get to that shortly. But he comes in. He's like, "Oh, hey, Uncle Hoy, how you doing? I came empty-handed. Sorry."
Yeah, fuck you. He's the asshole who doesn't like bring the wine to the party or like a little something.
And Uncle Hoy's like, "Yeah, don't trust this fucking guy.
He didn't bring any fucking Entenmann's. Fuck him.
Don't trust him." And then Little Coke comes up. He's like, "Yeah, Johnny wants to talk to you." And Alan's like, "Okay." Let's meet him. Because again, he knows that's the logical next thing he has to do.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately, yeah. So he goes to meet fucking Johnny Wong at like this restaurant. And basically Johnny Wong is like, he's telling him he's the best and he wants him on his side and all this kind of stuff. Like, why don't you come work for me? It'll be great. We can do this together.
And Johnny Wong, his character quirk mostly, I mean, he's a hothead, but also he wears those flashy suits.
Oh, yeah.
And he has that henchman that I mentioned already, played by Philip Kwok, Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, who ends up with an eye patch, so I was calling him eye patch.
He gets beat the fuck up later.
It's great. He's a great character.
He's one of the best characters. Yeah. And John Woo, he wasn't even in the movie originally. He was just the stunt coordinator.
Yeah.
But he felt like Johnny Wong wasn't imposing enough on his own. So he really liked the intensity of Phil Kwok and what he was bringing to the table, and he wrote him apart. And he ended up being kind of like, even though he is that stereotype, there's a little bit enough different about him that he's unique.
I think
because he does have honor.
He has honor. He has morals. You know what I mean? He's not just out there killing innocent people. He's like, what the fuck? Like, it's like the Reservoir Dogs thing.
A little bit,
where like Steve Buscemi's like, you didn't kill any real people, right? Just cops. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's that kind of mentality.
But he's like in the background of this scene, like, are you sure we could trust Alan? And Johnny Wong's like, hey, I got no other choice. Mustache guy got killed, and like he's the only other person that we know that could do this part of the job. Like, I think he's supposed to be the importer-exporter job.
Something like that, yeah.
Whereas, obviously,
because he's also connected to Hoy, and that's the whole thing that he wants to get with him.
But they don't know Alan just has a connection through the fucking cops. It's not even through Hoy to get the exports.
Well,
like, they would know.
Well,
that,
they don't know that shit. Yeah. They think it's Hoy because Hoy is selling arms for cheaper than Wong is, and he's fucking up his business. So he's like, we got to take him out.
Yeah, take him out. Yeah. And Alan isn't completely committed to him yet, but he's open to the idea. He's like, hey, I'm not going to betray Uncle Hoy. As long as he's alive, I'll never betray him. Yeah. But I'm open for business, essentially. So the seed is planted.
Yeah. These fucking guys come out and their cars are covered in newspapers. And they're like, what the fuck's all this shit?
All the gangland violence.
Dude. Tequila comes out and just fucking punches Wong right in the fucking mouth and throws him on his own car. And he's like, you son of a bitch.
He's got the pistol to his neck.
He's like,
get the fuck off him.
He's like, you killed my fucking partner, you son of a bitch. He's like, I'm coming for you.
Well, yeah, he blames because they're all related to the people at the tea house. He might as well just take it out on the head.
Yeah. And fucking Alan comes up and pistol whips Tequila right in the face.
Yeah, I got something for you.
Yeah.
And then Johnny's ready to just shoot him in the fucking face in the middle of the street. And Alan is like, maybe not the place.
Don't do it right here.
Which, lucky that they didn't throw Tequila in the car and drive him off.
Also that too, because it's one of those things where you're like, why is he protecting this guy? But it's not that suspicious yet because it's like in broad daylight on the street. So it's like, okay, don't kill him yet.
John Woo and Gordon Chan did a good job of kind of hiding that hand. I think there's a couple parts towards the end where he starts to kind of lose that element, and it's intentional to the plot where they're starting to be very suspicious of Alan.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But for most of the movie, he rides that line.
But
it
winds up like good, like the way that they do it.
Mm-hmm.
So Tequila meets up with Foxy, who's the other informant for the cops, and he's like fishing and shit. It's a good scene.
He's got the bandage after he got pistol whipped.
Yeah, and so he's all pissed off, and he wants to know where the fucking deal is going to go down, like off the books, right?
Yeah.
so Foxy gives him the information. He gives him like some money out of it.
Foxy's like, give me $100,000. He's like, fuck no, you're getting $20,000.
Like,
be happy with it.
He's like, I can't get that shit from the cops. Like, here you go. And he's like, all right,
the money's in the bucket.
Yeah. I love that.
And he does tell him again, even though he's a rat.
Yeah.
He does have this kind of a kind heart. Even though he's fucking working both sides of it. He's like, yeah, I got some money set up for your mom. I put her into a home. And Foxy's like, oh, I appreciate
Yeah, why
that.
don't you go visit her, you dipshit?
But maybe just don't rat on both sides. Like, if you're going to be a rat, that's already pretty dangerous. Maybe pick who you talk to. But no, this guy's like, I need the money, fuck it.
And be super discreet about it.
He's talking to everybody.
Getting greedy, that's what happens.
I mean, part of it is, too, that Alan also is leaking information and maybe saying it was Foxy, but Foxy's also playing both sides of the game.
Well, he's got to save his ass so he can get his job done.
But if Foxy isn't greedy, then Alan's fucked. So it's actually good that Foxy's greedy.
because he could pin it on him.
Because Foxy's the one that tells tells Johnny where Uncle Hoy's warehouse is, and that's pretty clear.
And Tequila's like, also you have to have the fireworks, and you're like, oh shit, what's coming?
Well, then we go to the police station, and Tequila's like, get me ordnance.
He's like, give me shotguns and grenades and all kinds of shit.
And then the guys under him are like, was this approved by Superintendent Peng? He's like, it's approved by me. He's like, we'll worry about it later.
Just get me the shit I need.
They call the armory. He's like, my boss needs all this shit. He'll sign for it later.
And they're like, oh, okay, here you go.
And I think that's where they get the second code, or at least the second code in the movie. And it's like, oh, don't ever bite your tail again.
Yeah, because it's like, because now Tequila
interfered directly.
Tequila doesn't know that Tony or Alan's in on it, so the superintendent's like, fuck. Now he's like fucking the shit up because now he's going after it, and he's like, stay the fuck off that case. And Tequila's like, you told me to go after the fucking arms dealers. Now you want me to go after somebody else?
Because in the other scene when he gets the first code, he says, keep on it.
Yeah.
But now he's like literally like 2 days later getting screamed at.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is a funny scene in Cantonese because this is like you're peppered in English sayings.
Yeah.
And he goes, this is a fucking order. And I'm like, all right.
He says that.
Yeah.
I mean, he does say it in the English
He
version
does,
too,
but the way he says it, because it's like mixed with the Chinese.
Yeah.
So it's like,
holy shit, that's so
to really
funny.
sell a point. And Chow Yun-fat's like, oh, you want to repeat that one? Show the whole office. And he's like, you're a little stressed. The John's over there if you got a shit.
And here you're thinking, like, because you don't know that Alan's in with the cops yet, and here you're thinking that the superintendent is in on the arms deal.
Oh, maybe.
Rather than they're working together to bring him down.
I didn't think about that because I've seen it so many times. That's true. Yeah.
Like if you're watching it for the first time.
Yeah.
Attention! This is a fucking order!
But yeah, Tequila's like, I'm going to keep working on this. I mean, the guy doesn't tell him flat out, drop the case. It's not that stereotype, but he's like, one more fuck up.
Yeah.
And this is
you're gone.
Right. And this is before he essentially goes in and again, one-man armies, these guys, but...
So we get a montage of weapons being stashed in, like, different crates and shit, because they're all gearing up to, like, do this huge shipment, Hoy's guys.
Yeah, Johnny, Well, it's a cut between, we see Hoy's people.
Yeah, we see Hoy's guys and Wong's guys.
Loading all the guns into cars that they're, like, cutting down and shit.
And like, crates with, like, lawn chairs and shit.
One of the deleted scenes, there's not that many deleted scenes. A lot of it's just, like, a couple seconds here, a couple seconds there for, like, the TV edit. I think it was Korea specifically. They had some extended scenes. But they do show, this is on, like, the third disc of the 4K.
Yeah.
They show one scene where a guy brings like a car in to be, chopped up and resold. Yeah. So I guess there's also that happening, but they don't explicitly say that.
What I think's happening, from what I remember, is like all the art. It's Hoy's warehouse with all the guns being put in different things.
Cars,
but then like it's intercut with Wong driving there with his fucking entourage of like dudes on motorcycles, and he's talking to fucking Alan in the back seat. They don't know where they're going, and they're like, "Hey,
Alan starts to put it together when he looks around outside."
Well, Wong is like, "Yeah, so we're gonna go steal Hoy's stash, and we're gonna kill Hoy. But guess what? You're gonna kill Hoy."
He wants him, and he hands him a pistol, and he goes, "Use this pistol."
He's like, "I got my own."
He goes, "Hey," well, he does say that, but he's like, "Hey, shoot me in the back of the head if you have to, but either tonight, either he's dying or I'm dying, and you're the one pulling the trigger." And he's like looking out the window, like, "Oh fuck. Oh fuck."
So like the whole time he's like, "Fuck, now I got to shoot Uncle Hoy in the face."
I do love though. You were kind of saying before they get in the car, they show like the armory for the first time, and you have no idea where that's located because it's so important later in the film. But it's like, oh shit, they have so many guns,
dude. I mean, they have
like Punisher stash.
They have like that fucking Arnold gun from Predator with the like the grenade launcher in it and shit.
Well, that comes up later. But
Well, literally, Eye Patch has it later.
Literally every gun you could think of.
Yeah, and just like grenades and bombs and all kinds of shit.
So then they show up at the warehouse. They're gunning down all the guys outside it at first. They're crashing through cars.
Dude,
the motorcyclists come in.
It is fucking guns blazing. Dude, from the minute they get in there. There is guys driving motorcycles and like skidding out and shooting motherfuckers.
Oh, Mad Dog does that. He does the Akira slide, rolls off the motorcycle, and then Uzis a bunch of people in a room.
Just like steps off and shoots them all. The one fucking guy in the motorcycle like drives off a ramp and into this guy into a back of a truck.
And then shoots the other guy in the truck.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, they leave literally no prisoners. Cause I always thought like watching this movie, well, maybe if you hid, you might live, but then they're kind of like cleaning it out for an hour or two. You're fucked.
He throws grenades into that little fucking office and blows all those guys up.
Fucking Mad Dog had like every perk you would need to be a badass.
Yeah.
He's got like one-man army. He's got the grenade perk. He's got like extra armor perk. I don't even know these perks because this guy, he's like grabbing the ring on the grenades and just tossing them under cars.
He fucking
and
bites
shit.
them off and throws them. It's great.
Well, when Hoy comes in, he does it specifically and blows a few of their cars up. Because Hoy's people come in, they all kind of scatter, and they say to Alan,
and Tequila's like on the roof,
right.
Just in the interim of this, and he's like looking down, and while this is all going down.
But before Hoy comes in, actually, they kill everybody else in there, and like you said, they're like, clear it out.
Yeah.
And Johnny's like, all right, Hoy's gonna be here. We're gonna clear out. You're gonna have to do the job.
You're gonna have to shoot him.
So then he's kind of waiting, kind of taking it all in, waiting for Hoy to arrive, and he just keeps cutting back to Tequila, like loading the shotgun,
Dude,
put another shell
loading
in.
the shotgun. He's got his fucking rappel thing that he's like doing, like he's hooking it up to like the skylight in the warehouse.
Yeah, exactly. But I love that like 10 or 15 seconds of just dead air while Alan's just mulling over this fucked up situation he's in, and Tequila's by himself.
Yeah,
that's why I keep saying the one-man army. Him and Mad Dog.
There's no other cops.
No.
He got all of that armor for himself, all the guns for himself.
He's Inspector Tequila. Again, he's basically Hong Kong's Dirty Harry. That's what John Woo wanted.
Fucking awesome.
So Hoy comes in, Mad Dog throws the grenades, and a bunch of people
blows
get
up a fucking car, and it kind of like boxes him in.
They all get out of the car. They're with Hoy and all the young men. They're like, that guy stole the car, Sam. Fuck it. Uncle Hoy. Well, I guess he's burning alive.
And they're like, Alan, what are you doing? You son of a bitch, you fucking traitor.
Well, they put the pieces together quickly.
Well, because he's standing there with Johnny Wong. And
because they get surrounded by the 100 people.
So Hoy gets out, and all the boys want to rush him and like shoot him with the guns. He's like, put all your guns down. Put all your guns down. I'm going to talk to Alan.
Johnny's like, oh, you throw your guns down? He's like, oh, you giving up?
Yeah, this it. So Hoy goes over to Alan, and he's like, look, you can kill me. I knew it was coming. It doesn't matter. Like I guess I should have went to Hawaii, huh? He's like, I knew this day was gonna come, and you were gonna be the one to do it. So I want you to kill me honorably, but let the rest of my guys go.
And just I want to mention this because in the one interview with Gordon Chan on the new disc, I don't remember this in either translation. So maybe this is literally just a lost in translation thing, or it was just a script only thing. But he mentions. Again, he wrote most of the ideas of like Tony Leung being undercover and everything, and the basic ideas of his story arc, even if he didn't write the whole thing. But he said he was proud of basically writing that scene with Hoy and Alan, and kind of implying that Hoy knew he was a cop, but just like kind of let it go because he was all about the family, and he wasn't shady. And at any point, he could have just killed Hoy, and he never did. But they don't ever flat out say that. Maybe
or sold him out.
Sold him out, but it's maybe kind of inferred here. At least that's what Gordon Chan says.
It's a really powerful scene, man, especially when he obviously shoots Uncle Hoy. He shoots him, but to put it over the top for Wong, Alan like grabs a fucking Uzi and just kills all of Hoy's guys.
After he tells Hoy, I'll let him live, essentially, too.
But he waits till Uncle Hoy's dead and then kills everybody.
But you're right, he is just doing it to really just prove that he is cementing it. And again, he's a cop at the end of the day. Even if these people were family to him while he was undercover,
he had to do it.
To
get the trust of Wong.
Exactly. And you could see in his face, like, he never gives it away, but they do this clever thing, or John Woo does this clever thing in a cinematographer where anytime he's in a position to look away from everybody else, he's biting his lip, or he does this like wide-eyed thing, but no one ever sees him.
Because he like smiles at Wong, and then like as soon as he looks away, like his demeanor changes. Yeah,
it's a little bit of movie magic, but like even like speaking of movie magic,
visual storytelling.
It's visual storytelling, but it's also just because we haven't talked about it yet. There's not a lot of reloading weapons in this movie.
No, dude.
There's some. Some.
Chow Yun-fat's fucking pistols have like 100 shots.
Yeah. But I'm bringing that up now. I mean, this is a great scene to bring it up. But John Woo was asked about that over the years in a lot of his movies, and he's like, this is a movie. Like,
who gives a shit?
Reloading slows it down. Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
And I'm like, all right, I can kind of respect both schools of thought.
I mean, it makes
as long as it's entertaining.
It makes a more fun visually striking thing because you don't have to stop for that. You just keep shooting everything.
And even with that said, they still have a couple of moments that are dependent on, oh shit, they're out of ammo that work really well.
Yeah,
so who's to say he's wrong?
So they're all dead, and then immediately
The gas cans.
Tequila fucking drops the tear gas and then like rappels down, and it just has his fucking gun, and he's just shooting everybody as he's coming down.
And like the tequila / hard boiled theme, this like
It's
starts
fucking
playing.
awesome.
He's like, they're like looking for other cops. There's like no one
What the
else.
fuck? Yeah.
Johnny's like, that son of a bitch, fucking get him.
It's just the one guy.
He's like, that fucking cop from earlier.
Dude, he shoots a guy in a motorcycle and he like skids out and he jumps over the motorcycle and then shoots a motorcycle midair and it explodes.
Dude,
It's
then he fucking aims for the next one that's going off a ramp. Again, it's like a fucking Batman
it's
stunt
fucking
show.
awesome.
Shoots the gas tank
Oh
of
my
another
God.
one.
It's so fucking good. And they are lighting people up. And then like there's a shootout between Alan and Tequila.
Oh, that's great.
And
he's moving the car like Danny Glover style from Predator 2.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. And like there's one scene where Alan like jumps through the car
with the shotgun blast.
Yeah, and Chow Yun-fat shoots the fucking car and there's a huge explosion, but it's like from the inside and like he jumps through
Slow-mo
it.
shot.
It's fucking cool.
And Mad Dog is really the only major other bad guy they show going after him. I mean, obviously all the other bad guys are shooting, they're not doing anything, but Mad Dog's putting on the fucking pressure, man.
Yeah.
And
throwing grenades and shit.
Grenades. Tequila's pushing the car. Alan's shooting at him, but again, he knows he can't really kill this guy, but he's got to make it look good.
Yeah.
But Mad Dog's trying, and I forget exactly how he gets injured, but he gets like a fireball in the face or something.
He blows something up and like it fucks up his whole eye, and
that's
he ends
how-
up like wearing an eye patch for the rest of the movie.
yeah, and then he's burnt, and that's how he's removed from
like,
the
burns
situation.
his face, yeah. And he gets out of there.
But there's all that smoke from the tear gas and just
Yeah.
everything exploding, and there's that final kind of like gunfight between Alan and Chow Yun-fat. And they kind of come up right up to each other, and they got the pistols in each other's faces.
Man, he's got it to his neck, and Chow Yun's got it to his fucking head.
He pulls the trigger.
He pulls the trigger.
Nothing.
And it's a misfire.
Or it's out of ammo, one or the other.
No, it's a misfire.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Which is so awesome because like it's a revolver, so he could be out of ammo.
Either way, the point is he's fucked because he's got a gun pointed at his throat. Alan could end it if he wanted to.
Yeah, he could have killed him, and instead he just laughs at him and walks away. They make a point to show the gun though, and he opens the revolver, and the shells are still in there. So I'm guessing that it was just he was just out of ammo. Like for a revolver, they don't fall out. Like you have to open it and dump out the casings,
which he does in slow motion. Of course, it looks cool.
Yeah,
fucking flips them out.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
But then that kind of is the signal to Chow Yun-fat to be like,
something's going on here.
And next fucking scene, next morning,
kicks down the fucking superintendent's door.
Yeah. Although I did skip an important scene because we do see Al on his boat again before that at night,
making the cranes, and he's
making
like,
the cranes.
really upset.
One of my favorite scenes, honestly, because this is where you just finally see it kind of on the screen rather than implied.
Yeah.
And he's screaming. He takes the boat out in the middle of the ocean. He's screaming.
It's a pretty good emotional portion for him.
Then we go to the police station. Chow Yun-fat's got the drawing. Who is this? Who the fuck is this?
I don't know. Triad or something.
He's like, all right, he's Triad. All right. Don't be upset if I kill him next time I see him then.
He's like, you better fucking tell us who's the cops and who are the thieves here, okay? It's like, we're going to start killing each other.
And Pang's like, actually, speaking of, you killed a cop at the tea house.
Dipshit.
Never told you. And he's like, well, it happens. It fucking happens.
And every time one of these undercover cops dies,
it's a sacrifice.
Well, yes, it's a sacrifice, but also he like burns a top secret file so like nobody knows that they were working for them, like they were originally cops.
But I'm specifically calling that out because Pang's like, they sacrificed everything for the service, and Chow Yun-fat's like, sacrifice? Fuck that. He's like, if we just knew, it wouldn't be a problem. I get both sides of the argument.
You couldn't risk it.
No.
Just like Departed, like you couldn't risk it. Like nobody could know that DiCaprio was undercover.
Exactly. Or Tony Long either.
Or Tony Long, but like because like it wouldn't work.
No,
they'd get found out.
That's the point, right? So then he's kind of debating with Pang. Pang won't tell him, but Pang goes to visit Al, and he's like, "Oh, you got this guy vodka or something? This pain in the ass cop?" He's like, "Got tequila?" He's like, "Yeah." I don't give a shit what he's called. Fuck him.
He's like, he tried to kill me. He was going to kill me or some shit. And he's like, whatever.
Yeah, Pang is not... I mean, he is taking it seriously, but he's just kind of like, don't worry about tequila.
But he obviously cares about this guy because he remembers his birthday, and he's like, happy birthday. And he's like, I didn't even remember it was my birthday today. And he's like,
he even says...
don't forget that.
He says, don't forget that. And Alan's like, well, you're the only person that even knows I exist. Like, I don't even have an identity because I'm undercover for so long. And he's like, yeah, don't forget
the lines are starting to blur for him, too. But he gives him a lighter for his birthday, and that's like a very important thing.
I like that. And it comes back in a big way in a couple scenes.
So this is great, too. So now Tequila tracks Alan to his fucking boathouse.
Well, he actually gets the information from Little Co.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
And fucking
Foxy.
John Woo, the bar owner, is like, yeah, if Pang says he's tried, he's probably undercover right in front of Co.
Ugh.
Co has no reaction. I mean, again,
Goes like, yeah.
he's playing both sides. He doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Chow Yun-fat goes there and follows him to the boathouse.
Dude, he like jumps through the door on
Dolphin
the boat.
dives.
He like dolphin dives onto fucking Alan
With the gun,
with
yeah.
a gun to his head, and he's like, I know who you are. What the fuck's going on? Let's talk. And they're like, okay, fine.
He's like, oh, are you a rookie? Should I salute you? He's like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. You're holding the gun. I'll milk a cow.
Yeah, or some
He's
shit.
like, all right. And then there's like one guy that had survived the shooting of all Hoy's men. You kind of see it quickly. He gets up and runs away in the warehouse.
Yeah, but just real quick before
Okay,
that,
yeah,
because we get the backstory of the cranes here
That's true.
and how Alan makes the cranes to in memorandum of the people that he killed.
Which then Chow Yun-fat kind of starts to relate to him a little more.
That's when he tells him about the music, and he's like, I write the music for every funeral for these guys. So like, he's making a crane, he's writing a song.
And he says to him, like,
It's like two sides of different coin.
They literally are. And
Yeah.
Chow Yun-fat kind of puts the idea out there, like, let's work together. Like,
Yeah.
we both want to catch these guys. I'm not trying to fuck your case up,
Yeah.
but I'm already in this deep. I'm not
Yeah.
going to, like, back out.
Yeah.
And then, the guy, plus a few others that survived the assassination of Hoy.
Yeah, the
come in.
triads storm the boat.
Yeah. There's one guy specifically with, like, that pompadour they focus on a few
Yeah,
times. And he could have killed Tony
Dude.
Long here, but plot.
Holy shit, dude. So there's a hole on the top of the boat, like
a sunroof or
like
something.
a porthole thing.
Yeah.
And he fucking shoots a shotgun down at Alan
Yeah.
and like puts a hole in his back,
Fucks
dude.
his back up.
Holy shit.
Chow Yun-fat just goes over there. He, like, looks under, starts shooting at the guy.
They're shooting motherfuckers. They're kicking people around the boat. They're fucking shooting people off the
That
boat.
one, the guy just shot off the boat like a fucking dead fish.
It's
Just flying
awesome.
into the water.
It's so good. And then he shoots shotgun guy in the leg, and he jumps off the boat and runs away. And it's just a great shot of another one of those diving shots that Chow Yun-fat does, shoots him right in the fucking back.
And then he's dying, and you see, like, Johnny Wong showing up because Alan was planning to meet him there.
Yeah.
And he's like, get the fuck out of here, Tequila. He's like, well, how will we communicate? He's like, I'll send you a crane.
Yeah.
And Tequila jumps in the water to hide.
Yeah.
And so the last guy of Hoy, the last Hoy guy, is like, you fucker, you with the cops.
And Alan walks up and he's just like, and he just shoots him in the head before Wong walks up.
And Wong's like, shit, I didn't need to talk to him. Oh, well, I've been looking for him for a while. Good job.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, we got to get you back to the hospital. He's like, we can heal you. He's like, that's not that big of a deal. He's like, nah, your back's all fucked up. Don't worry, I own the place. And they kind of had hinted at this earlier, like Chow Yun-fat at the warehouse saw those Maple Hospital vans, but he doesn't really understand why they're there.
Yeah, because he sees them drive in to load up.
And he still doesn't know, but they're dropping those breadcrumbs, Johnny Will, with the hospital.
Yeah. So here, Wong becomes suspicious because Alan has now killed a lot of the triads that were in his group. So he's like, well, what the fuck? And he's like, well, there's got to be an informant somewhere. So that's when Alan sells out Foxy.
And we don't know how long he's actually in the hospital. There's like just a passage of time. It could have been a week. It could have been a couple of days.
Well, the whole part before that, they beat the living shit out of Foxy on the dock.
Well, they do, but I'm saying while he's healing, and then says, "Oh, that fucker, he must have sold us out." Again, I don't know if I guess he did.
I mean, fucking Alan knows that Foxy's working undercover, and
that's what it is,
but
right?
well, like we said before, like he has to pin it on him, or else he's fucked. He's going to blow his cover.
But he's like, "I'll kill him. I'll take care of it this time." And even Johnny Wan's like, "All right, fair enough." But like Philip Kwok has like said, "Fuck this." Mad Dog's just gone and started pummeling the shit out of this guy.
Beat the living shit out of him.
It's a rat. Fuck him, right?
Right, but here's the thing. Alan goes to kill Foxy and slips the lighter in his pocket and then shoots him in the lighter and, like, obviously hurts him and he falls into the water and you're like, oh, he's dead. That's it. He's gone.
Yeah.
The problem is he gets to the hospital and he's recovering. The problem is that Wong's got fucking guys in the hospital, and that's how they found out that Foxy's still alive and working for the cops.
Well, you know, Foxy's not all there. He arrives at like the jazz bar all beat up.
Yeah.
And John Woo's talking to
Tequila right.
again.
Before they take him into the hospital.
And they're like talking about, I think they're talking about Alan. I forget exactly, but I specifically remember John Woo saying something about, oh, we got to answer to the guy upstairs. And then fucking Little Cove walks in from upstairs. It's kind of a funny visual, even though he's like pummeled to shit. And he's like, I said, go to the hospital.
That's right. Yeah, he makes it back to the jazz club.
And then they drive him over there, and he's like, get Teresa to come over here, meet me at the hospital. And then, he's recovering at the place that Johnny's, all his shit is at.
Yeah, and like he has people on the inside, so that's how he gets found out again.
Right, exactly. And then Alan, when he gets sent to kill him, like Wong, like he kind of implied, is like, I don't know. If he didn't kill Foxy before, that doesn't really add up.
Well, they're in the car together, and he's like, Alan's like, I don't know how he survived. He's like, yeah, okay. He's like, I'll kill him. I'll take care of him. And he's like, okay, and I want you to kill that cop too, Tequila.
Yeah.
Also, you're gonna take a couple guys with you.
Well, he doesn't tell him that, actually, because he goes into the flower shop to get the roses to put the gun inside, like we talked about, like
follow
Terminator.
him and shit. Yeah.
He says it's a mad dog.
Yeah.
He's like, make sure a few other people going after, just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
And you think he's going to get the flowers to send like more flowers to put like the code in to send to the cops to be like, hey, this is like some bad shit's about to go down.
Also, we didn't really talk about it, but they filmed like almost all the hospital and warehouse scenes in the same location.
I can believe
it. It was a Coca-Cola factory.
Oh no shit, that was gonna get demolished.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was gonna get demolished, but they refitted it.
I mean, they blew the shit out of it.
Yeah,
dude.
they did it for the warehouse and then the hospital, and the hospital's most of this movie.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, we're about to get into the
from
hospital.
like right now till the end.
Yeah,
is
the
all
last
hospital.
hour.
Yeah,
it took 40 days to film, and I think the whole movie, was like 123, if I remember.
Jesus Christ, yeah, it's like
a third of the movie.
It's like 2 hours and change the movie.
Yeah. But anyway,
but especially for like 1991.
Oh, yeah,
or 92 rather. That's a long movie.
And they to film it during all days because it's like a nighttime sequence. They did like the Clerks method where they shut a fucking shutter.
Yeah.
But this time they had like blast shields over all the windows.
Yeah,
so I was like, all right, kind of like the Clerks method. I like that. But anyway, so yeah, he brings in Foxy, and they're like, okay, he's gonna survive. But like you just said, they're gonna go there to kill him anyway. I don't know what the plan is.
Well, I guess they're trying to
fuck it. Foxy's fucked. Who cares?
Well, Alan's trying to get there before the other guys get to Foxy.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make like, he shot him and killed him.
And Chow Yun-fat, I guess, knows that the armory is in the hospital, but he doesn't really, because
he doesn't know where it is.
Doesn't know where. He doesn't understand.
He's like, it's inside, and he's like, inside the He's like, where in the hospital? And he's like, oh, underground. And he's like, oh, okay.
So then Tony Long comes in, and he's does the finger on the wall thing.
Dude, I love it because he's got the box of flowers, and you're like, fuck, he's gonna do the T2 thing.
But he pulls like a paper off the wall. You're like, what the fuck is he doing with that? And he makes a paper crane, and he sends it to Chow Yun-fat like he talked about, and they know, okay, we gotta move this dude.
Yeah.
So they put him in a different room.
Like right across the hall.
But because Alan knows he's being watched by the other goons, he basically puts on a show. He throws the fucking flowers open, shoots the fucking bed.
Yep.
But then they go in to make sure he did the job, and Chow Yun-fat and the other guy are hiding outside of view.
They like kick him into the room and they shoot them in the
yeah,
it's fucking great.
But then Mad Dog has the C plan comes in a baseball cap, and now he's got like a little bit better bandaging.
Like, make sure that he's dead. Yeah. Well, he's dressing up like a fucking doctor.
He does.
He's like in scrubs at one. Yeah, scrubs at one point.
Well, fucking Alan and Tequila are trying to figure out where this basement armory is.
Yeah.
And so they're looking around, and little Ko gets nervous because he sees someone trying to open the door, and he's like, oh, and he fucking guts out of the room, and like Mad Dog sees him instantly.
I know, and it's like he just gave himself up because he didn't know where the fuck he was.
He was scared.
Yeah.
He's so scared he asked Tequila to turn his fucking oxygen off so he can have a cigarette puff.
Oh,
like,
man.
This guy's shitting his britches.
I love that part, dude, where he's like, give me a cigarette. He's like, you're going to blow up from the oxygen.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll turn it off.
He's like, I'm not making it out of this anyway. I don't think he was expecting to get his throat slit by a scalpel.
Oh, my God, dude.
He didn't expect to make it out of there.
But it's so fucking good because Eye Patch like goes over to Foxy and just slits his throat with a fucking scalpel, and there's a big splatter on a window.
That's the way to do it, man. If you're not gonna, I mean, they show a lot in this movie, but if you're not gonna show it, make it interesting.
Man, it was cool.
It's like just like that one with the flower on his face and the blood hitting him. It's like this on the wall while some old man's with broken arms is being fed by a nurse. It's visually striking.
Splat. Or there's a couple other scenes where they just show splatter on the ground. It's really good.
And then like the nurses are asking like, "What's this mess?" While like the security
and the
guards
cops like nothing.
Well, they work for Wong, like cleaning it up. Don't worry about it.
Get out of here.
And then, Tequila and Alan, they're like following some of the people back. They might be chasing Mad Dog.
They're chasing Mad Dog, yeah.
And they see like something being brought out of one of those ambulances.
Yeah, and they're like, well, that's not a person under there. That's fucking
clearly
guns.
guns.
Yeah, it's clearly guns with a blanket over him.
They're like, oh, Teresa's meeting us here. Let's go back upstairs and talk to her. And she arrives, and she's just to make up an excuse. She's like, I got hay fever.
Yeah. I kind of like this, too, because Teresa's like in the maternity ward, and she's like kind of daydreaming about having a family, kind of.
I love that, actually. the babies. I'm
Like-
starting to coon a little myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the babies.
Yeah, like what if with Tequila, you know?
That is definitely like.
Are we getting back together after
Yeah,
this?
she doesn't say it, but that's
Yeah,
definitely the
it's implied, yeah.
implication. And I kind of love the dynamic between all three of these characters. I think her and Chow Yun-fat have a good back and forth.
Yeah.
When you add Tony Long, they're all great
Oh
together.
yeah, 100%.
Because they're all kind of chit-chatting in this elevator
Mm-hmm.
and kind of giving each other the situation from each perspective. And they kind of talk about, oh, how'd you know she liked white roses? And he's like laughing. He's like, it was totally by accident. It was random.
Oh, is that a fact?
She's like, oh, you got good taste. He's like, I learned something from you there, Al. So that's a good back and forth.
Yeah.
And they kind of explain, like Chow Yun-fat says, all right, we're going to go into, they find out the morgue is how they get into the basement.
Yeah, but before they leave, he slips a white Chow Yun-fat slips a white rose into Teresa's pocket.
That's when he's like, yeah, I learned something from Al. He's like,
Yeah.
in 30 minutes, I'll send you roses.
Yeah, I'll send you flowers. Yeah.
And I do love that because, like, you know, she finally does find the flower, like, oh, okay, that's something that would probably actually happen.
Well, by that point, she's like, "Oh shit, we got to get out of here
Yeah.
now."
It's
Like
a little too late, right?
It's a little too late by the time she finds it.
Yeah. But yeah, she says she has hay fever, just says she has an excuse to go and hang out in the fucking lobby. And it might be a little bit later, but she's sitting there, and one of the people comes up to her and is like, all right, the doctor's ready to see you. She's like, I feel better.
I'm fine.
And then another
Take
doctor.
somebody else, and they're like, nobody's sitting there.
No one's sitting there, and another doctor comes up. Oh, ma'am, you need help? She's like, I said I'm fine. And
Well,
it's Pang in disguise.
yeah, it's a superintendent,
And
yeah.
this is what we were talking about earlier, where all the other cops either pretending to be injured or they're like electricians.
Yeah, or whatever.
Kind of great.
But they're also mixed in with Wong's guys, so you don't
That's
know
true.
who's who.
That's a good
That's
point.
the best part about this, because you're like, who's the bad guy and who's a good guy?
Yeah. Unless they have like that hospital uniform on, you have no fucking
Yeah,
clue.
yeah. And some of them are dressed like cops, the bad guys.
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too. And so while they're basically trying to figure out what the fuck their next step is because she hasn't found the rose yet, Tequila and Alan kind of go into the morgue and start to figure out where they need to go next.
Well, they see the ledger, and there's like missing body names for these three particular.
they also beat
places.
the shit out of the staff.
Yeah,
He comes in like he's pushing, oh, what's your name? I'm blah. And then like he pushes the fucking gurney
Yeah.
and Tony Long jumps out and like tackles this
Yeah.
guy against the wall. It's kind of great. He's like, yeah, you like how I threw you out like that there, Al? And yeah, but you're right. They go through the J section. They find like a button and it
yeah. There's like a
opens up.
secret door. It's like fucking
it's
where
like-
where they find Pearl and fucking Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely like one of those. Yeah, I think of Resident Evil 7 had that.
Well, they go down there and it looks like the fucking hallway where Roddy Piper meets Buck Flower and they live.
A little bit,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
underground place.
It's like a kind of futuristic kind of metal.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool looking.
Yeah.
And that's where the armory is.
Highly sophisticated.
Yeah. I mean, you're building a fucking hospital over this shit. You better be spending some money, right?
Or like, was it always there? Did they build it under the hospital afterwards?
well, when they're looking at the blueprints, they mention that it took 4 months for the basement to be finished.
Oh, they did say
Or
that.
there's
yeah.
something under there,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
extra fortified. So the guy just had money.
Oh, gotcha. Made sense.
But yeah, they go under, then they can't get the fucking door to the armory open.
This is so good.
And Tony Long just instantly gives up, and he's like, Chow Yun-fat goes, "You worked undercover for how long, and you can't open a door? All right, I'll figure it out." Instead of just complaining and throwing a tantrum.
Because he like rips out the fucking button and he's like, "Oh, it didn't work."
Yeah,
So Chow Yun-fat
he's an inspector.
comes up with this idea where he's like knocking on these pipes. He takes his handcuffs out and he undoes a bolt.
I love this.
It's fucking cool. He undoes a bolt from this pipe. So now there's a hole in the pipe. It's a gas pipe, I think.
It's like connected to the door, so he's assuming it'll open the door
Yeah.
if they blow it up or something.
So he takes out a couple bullets and it's
Opens those with the handcuffs too.
opens those with the handcuffs, takes out the gunpowder. It's funny because Alan's like, "Why are you wasting bullets?" He's like, "I never waste bullets."
Yeah,
So-
that's a line they mention a few times.
So he like takes this gunpowder and he like sticks it in the hole and then puts a casing in the hole like to trigger it, like where a hammer would hit the gun,
and he's
the
got like
bullet.
one bullet, at least it's implied one left.
Yeah.
Because he's sweating and he's like shaking his hands. He's like, whoo.
Yeah, because he's aiming at
Yeah.
now, dude. He's like across the room aiming at this fucking like thing that's the size
Pinhole.
of a dime.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Huh, I don't know." And then immediately just raises it back up and shoots this fucking bullet casing, and the whole pipe explodes.
And this is one of those amazing editing scenes with the
Yeah.
zoom in, the cut
Yeah.
back and forth to the bullet, to him squinting his eyes, the quick cut to the explosion of the wires. Doesn't work though.
It doesn't do anything.
After all that, and you're like, fuck. And then Tony Long just kind of like basically thinking in the same thought process that Chow Yun-fat did,
Yeah.
looks at a different wire and is like, all right, grabs that, rips it off the wall. Chow Yun-fat's like, wait, what are you doing? I saw this at Christmas Vacation. Don't do it. No, and he connects the two, and he gets fucking,
he gets electrocuted. The door opens, though. But, Tequila has to, like, resuscitate him.
Hits him in the stomach, gives him CPR. Yeah, it works, but Mad Dog's waiting in there.
He's not just waiting in there. He's hiding above the fucking door and like swings down and kicks them both in the face.
Like Spider-Man.
Dude, it's awesome because this is like one of the only scenes in the movie where it's like hand-to-hand fighting.
Again,
like,
Philip Kwok, he choreographed a lot of these stunts.
The martial arts portion here is fucking awesome. Until they get like guns in their hands, they're beating the shit out of each other. It's great.
And I love how eventually Philip Kwok gets like that single bullet pistol or whatever the fuck that is.
Oh my
like,
god,
puts it on his arm.
That long one, that long gun. Yeah, that's so cool.
He's fucking with him with that. But they're fist fighting for a while there, and then eventually Johnny arrives. And finds out what's going on, and they're like, "This is bullshit. How the fuck did they find this out?" They're like, "We're sorry."
And then meanwhile, Teresa finally finds the flower, and she's like, "Oh fuck, we got to get out of here." And she's like telling the hospital guy, whoever the head guy, whatever they're called. She's like, "We got to get everybody the fuck out of here." And he's like, we're not risking the patients and blah, blah, blah. So then she ends up like pulling the fucking fire alarm and the cops come and they're like trying to evacuate everybody.
That actor, by the way, the head doctor, is Lau Kong. And he was actually also in City of Fire as Commissioner Chow, which is another Chow Yun-fat movie.
That's cool.
Where, not directed by John Woo, I forget the director, but he actually plays an undercover in that movie where he keeps trying, I got to get out. One more job. I got to get out. One more job. And it has kind of a crazy ending.
Every time I try to get out, they bone me back in.
So I was like, that guy looks so familiar. And then fucking Pang even tells him before she pulls the fire alarm, I'm going to fucking castrate you if you don't listen. I'm trying to save lives. He's like, well, you work at a police station. This is like my police station. I'm the one in charge.
Yeah. They're like, people are going to fucking die, dude.
And Johnny, again, he sees them in the basement fighting Mad Dog.
Well, he's in like some kind of safe room with like all of these cameras down there.
And he's like, fuck this. Put the gas
Hit
on.
the gas.
Bring
Even
in
with Mad Dog down there.
With Mad Dog down there, but also bring in everybody. Fuck it. If the cops are going to come in here and try to evacuate everyone, we're not letting it happen.
We're just going to kill everyone.
We're going to kill everybody. But yeah, he releases the gas, and Mad Dog's like, time to get the fuck out of here.
He like shoots the lock. He leaves Johnny and Alan in there. Yeah. And meanwhile, Teresa and the superintendent are running everybody out of the hospital, and Johnny's guys are fucking mowing them down.
It's like Die Hard, man.
It's crazy. And it reminds me of T2 as well when they siege Cyberdyne.
Cyberdyne. Yeah. Comes to mind.
With the helicopter.
It's funny they came out around the same time.
Yeah, it's just weird. So the cops come surround the hospital. They take all the patients hostages, and they're like, Teresa's making sure the babies are left alone and all that kind of shit. She like smacks one of the fucking guys in the face. She's like, leave the fucking babies alone.
Yeah. And then like they kind of cordon a lot of people off into different areas. And some of the cops fight back foolishly and get instantly blown away. A few of them actually take out some of the bad guys and are just protecting everybody else. But they drag one of the bodies out into like the main lobby where Teresa, Pang, and a few of the main cops are.
Like in the center of them all.
Yeah, and like, look, under fucking cover. And then they get kind of nervous, like,
uh-oh, cover's blown.
Yeah, but before anything really can go to shit, well, it's about to, but not yet. Tequila gets the C4 and he feels the wall where it's cold. He's like, morgue's right here.
I love that scene too because this is where they make their escape, but they have like a kind of heart-to-heart
yeah.
about being undercover and like
their dreams.
Their dreams and how Alan's like basically nobody. He doesn't know who he is and he just wants to go away to like Antarctica and like live out there by himself.
Iceland, or I think he even says, did you get my house in Guam at one point?
Yeah, I think so.
And Pang's like, it's all set up. He's like, even with the flowers and the ocean view, he's like, yup.
Yeah.
All right.
and Tequila's like, I always wanted to be a musician, but I became a cop. Who knew?
Yeah, which, all right, they reference that many times in the film. That makes sense. And then he sets off the C4.
Bro, there's like a quiet, tender moment, and then the C4 explodes in the fucking morgue, and these guys come out on the fucking dollies, just guns blazing.
Oh my god, it's great.
Like the morgue trays where the bodies go on. This is where Eye Patch confronts Wong, and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, let the patients go. Like, they're not cops, they're innocent people. Like, let them go. You're just killing. He's like, I'll kill whoever gets in my way. Fuck you.
Right, and then Mad Dog, you're like, uh-oh, Mad Dog, what are you getting into?
He's gonna flip.
Yeah, but there's a lot of fighting that has to happen first. But yeah, that's definitely an element where you're like, there's a couple facial exchanges where he's kind of looked like he wasn't totally happy with Johnny's decision, but the first time he's actually vocalized it, yeah.
Tequila and Alan do a thing where they dress Alan up like a cop, and he's like, "Oh, we caught the cop," and they like walk him in.
Tequila, yeah, with a shotgun or something,
man, and then it just erupts and everybody's shooting each other and blowing people away and trying to save people. And all the cops that are undercover like pull out their guns and fucking go after the other guys and shit.
Yeah, they shoot a lot of the guards, and then this kind of ratchets up to our major shooting sequence, which again is like the last half hour of the movie.
Dude,
straight up.
It just doesn't stop.
No.
Doesn't stop.
They're
It's just
fighting in hallways.
They're fucking when they
blowing everything up.
Oh my god, dude! When Tequila and Alan like go for Wong, but like they have to fight Mad Dog first, and they're like jumping through a fucking window and shooting each other, and then he jumps through a fucking window and shoots after him.
Yeah,
it's insane.
And they have like this whole sequence. If you look at it on Wikipedia, they say it's 5 minutes long, but I clocked it at 2 minutes and 43 seconds. This long shot. Now there's a couple parts when you watch it back where they had to speed it up a little. And a couple spots where they slow it down.
You could tell.
And sometimes that slowdown, even though it doesn't look great, it is for dramatic purposes. They're trying to show Tony Long's reaction to one part because he accidentally shoots a cop. Like, just reacts and fires, and there's like a little exchange there while they're in the elevator where he's like, "Oh, I can't believe I just shot a fucking cop," and Chow Yun-fat, "You didn't shoot a cop! You didn't shoot one!"
Yeah. Oh, because he's getting in his own head. And he's like, "I can't do this."
But the craziest part about that, again, all one shot.
Oh my god, it's all one fucking shot, dude. It's insane.
When they're in that elevator, that's like a 20-second part of this whole sequence. They had to reset the whole outside of that elevator in that 20 seconds, and then I think they only shot it twice. I mean, a complicated scene.
And it is fucking cool, though. It is really cool.
I couldn't find the line. I'm going to guess it's somewhere after the elevator where they cut it, or maybe one of those spots where they sped it up for a second. But regardless, it's insane that they pulled it off, and it looks fucking amazing. Squibs going off, walls getting shot, I mean, things getting blown up, fire explosions hitting the ceiling.
It's fucking crazy, man.
And speaking of the babies, like you said, Teresa's trying to save all the babies, and she's got a couple of the SWAT team with her, and they're like carrying the babies out the window.
But there's a triad there at first, and she like smacks him and fucking shoots him and blows him away.
Wow, that was what I was waiting for the whole movie, Teresa to do something. He goes, "You smelly bitch," and she's like, "Fuck this," unloads on him.
Fuck you, like in the nursery.
But they're taking babies out the window.
Tequila gets there, and like Tequila and Teresa are like filling all the babies' ears with cotton so they don't get scared and stuff like that.
Eventually, she's putting them in like a body armor because they keep getting shot at as they're bringing the babies.
Oh my god,
down.
dude! They're like hoisting these babies out the window, and like Wong's guys keep coming up from the sides and like shooting cops and like people. I mean, none of the babies die, which is great, but like they have to keep like shooting Wong's guys and shit. It's fucking crazy.
And again, there's like, I know this was like all done by people that know what they're doing, but there's little like explosions of like fire plumes like 5 feet from these babies. I mean, granted, they're probably not actually babies in those shots, but the idea of this just fire tower. And there's a few of them in this sequence, but yeah, Tony Long is fighting Mad Dog, and they have a pretty good back and forth. They're like running down like this hallway. One's inside a room, one's on the outside. Just boom, 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 boom.
This is like jumping through the windows and shit, and it's just fucking so cool. And then they get to this room, and they're like locked in front of each other with the guns, and then you realize that they're about to shoot across all these innocent people. So they both put their guns down. They let everybody evacuate. And then they go back at it.
Well, they don't. They don't get a chance.
They're about to,
Because Johnny Wong's like, fuck this. He walks in and just blows them away.
And he fucking shoots them all.
He's like, Dad, they don't fucking matter. Get this done and over with. And stop worrying about them.
And that's where fucking Alan runs, but Mad Dog's like, you motherfucker. And then he fucking shoots Johnny Wong.
He shoots the gun out of his hand.
Yeah.
And then he goes to like shoot him again, but he's out of bullets. And he's like, fucking Johnny Wong has that fucking like grenade launcher.
Yeah, the fucking Dutch special, man.
And shoots him through the stomach. It's like this massive explosion. And I love like the final shot of Mad Dog, who he's a son of a bitch, but he had those morals.
But he had morals.
And he just kind of falls to the ground, like defeated look on his face, and just slumps into nothing.
A true professional.
And it's just kind of crazy too. Like I said, John Woo basically created this character because he liked Philip Kwok's stunt coordination and didn't feel like Johnny Wong was impressive enough on his own. And then Johnny Wong takes him out like a little bitch.
I would agree.
But it's a good twist.
But it makes you hate fucking Wong even more. You're like, oh, you motherfucker.
Exactly. Not to mention he's got his guys just shooting at babies.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing too, because
fuck them.
They get all these babies out, and then Teresa's like, wait, there's one more baby, and Tequila's like, fuck, I'll go get him. Like, don't worry about it.
Saliva Sammy.
Saliva Sammy.
You didn't have this on your version, I heard?
No. Is that like the Asian counterpart of Salami Sam?
I think that might be him when he grows up. He was actually Asian this whole time.
Oh, you think so? And
he's related if nothing else.
He's like, Salami Sam, Chow Yun-fat, save me from Johnny Wong.
He's the Hong Kong Salami Sam. There you go. Hong Kong Dirty Harry, Hong Kong Salami Sam. From
you
heavyweights,
go.
obviously.
It works. It's perfect.
But yeah, he saves this last baby. And the whole hospital now at this point, Johnny Wong's been throwing C4 all over the place.
Well, he pops off off the C4, so
Yep.
everything's exploding now.
Well, I do want to mention one scene before he hits the trigger, because it's a famous one. This is
Yeah,
the bullshit scene.
Yeah.
Because Tony Long basically says, all right, you save the baby, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to stop Johnny Wong.
Yes, right.
As everything's blowing up, there's fire everywhere. And in the original version, or at least the newer translation, he basically says, I'm a cop too. And then he goes to walk away, and Chow Yun-fat goes, don't go!
Yeah, you don't have to, which he said to his partner in the beginning of the movie.
So it's a
before he
callback.
got blown away, yeah.
Bullshit, still iconic,
Yeah.
but maybe a little bit more poignant in the original telling.
Sure.
Both are still great.
Yeah.
Bullshit!
But yeah, you're right. The building starts exploding behind Chow Yun-fat. He's like, I get the fuck out of here.
He's got the baby. He's like singing to the baby as he's killing triads, and he's like,
this isn't for your eyes.
yeah. He's like, oh, this is X-rated. You can't see this in the dub. And he's like singing to him. He's like, yeah, don't worry about the guns going off as I'm killing bad guys.
With this like baby music playing. He's wiping blood off the baby's face.
Yeah. Oh my God, he splatters blood all over this baby. He's like wiping it off. He's like, there you go. We're all good.
He also shoots the last couple like recognizable mooks. Like one gets it in the neck, like the guy with the Jerry curls.
Yeah, he's all fucked up.
And then he's like by the window where they took all the other babies out, but everything's engulfed in flames now.
And he's about to jump. And
he ain't gonna survive that.
And
It's like a 6-story jump.
And he's like running to the window, but his pants are on fire.
Well, he grabs the electrical cord, to be fair.
Oh yeah, and he's about to swing out,
Yeah,
but his pants are on fire.
because the explosions are that close to Chow Yun-fat.
Yeah.
He catches his leg.
But he's holding the baby and he's looking down his leg. He's like, fuck. Like the he's trying to put the fire out. And then all of a sudden this piss starts running down his leg and puts out the fucking fire on him.
He goes, oh yes, Saliva Sammy, your pee-pee saved the day. And then he jumps out holding that electrical cord. And again, this is it. Like a Better Tomorrow did it. That other one, Fatal Termination, had something similar.
Yeah.
Where he jumps out the window and this explosion is right behind him.
Right there, man.
And then he's hitting the ground and there are explosions just going off around. And it is Chow Yun-fat.
And he's running like parallel to the building as these fucking walls are blowing out.
They're
and windows.
blowing up. There's fire on the ground. He's like, you could see the wind blowing him back just about.
It's crazy.
Again, not literally holding a baby, but the character is supposed to be holding a baby. So then he finally makes it out of the chaos, and somehow they miraculously get all the right babies to the right people. Don't overthink.
Well,
it.
they save them all.
Yeah.
And miraculously, Wong and Alan are still alive somehow. And
like he's
Wong,
still up there, and then he carries him out, gun to the head.
Gun to the head, yeah. He's like, you killed all my guys. You really are hard-boiled TM.
He's like, you lost a lot of your guys too. Let me get the fuck out of here. I'm killing Tony Long.
Yeah.
And Tony Long's already been pretty fucked up. He got shot a few times earlier by Mad Dog. So he's going on, oh yeah, Tequila, the hard-boiled cop, like Joe was saying. And then he's like trying to make him embarrass himself. So Tequila's like the only one still pointing the gun at him.
He's like, you know what? Put your gun down. And now you can slap yourself. Now slap the other cheek. Now take your pants off.
Call yourself impotent. He's like, I'm impotent. And then he has him kneel down, and everything. And then Tony Long's like, fuck this, and grabs like Johnny's hand and like moves it to like his stomach area and just pulls the trigger.
Dude, he shoots himself through himself. He shoots through himself to hit Johnny.
Die Hard 4 stole this idea. They did this at the end of that movie, and then he goes, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and kills the guy.
Yeah.
Not quite what happens here, but...
Should have been the end of John McClane.
No, but in this particular... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In this instance, and this guy, too, for fuck's
to
sakes.
be perfectly honest.
But as Tony Long's lying there dying, fucking Johnny looks up like, oh, shit! And Tequila, like, you gotta see it in his eye. He could see Johnny, like, in the reflection of his eye.
Dude, I love the intercut here between Johnny's eye and the bullet that he shot earlier. And you're like, here it comes, motherfucker.
Well, also, Johnny, there's a callback. I don't know if they do this in the English dub, but he has something against, like, the Swiss and Western 38. He mentions this a few times because I guess the cops use it. He's like, the Swiss and Western 38.
Oh, Smith and Wesson 38?
He says it again here.
Yeah.
Before he gets shot by himself, and then he gets shot in the fucking eye by Western 38.
But like, fucking Chow Yun-fat pulls it up, pulls the trigger. This fucking bullet goes through this dude's eye, and it explodes forward and backward.
Goodfellas shot, man.
It's awesome. It's really good. It's really good.
Right out of Casino when Pesci gets it.
Yeah.
Or I guess it was Goodfellas, but yeah. Dummy shot of this eyeball. We even get the not dummy version.
And then it's like the pull out of Alan. It's like this really cool crane shot from above and like this axis, three-axis head going
That
up.
was supposed to just imply he died.
Yeah.
But the crew on the movie were like, come on.
Dude, you gotta
This guy's got to live,
just
John Woo.
Just let him die, dude. That was his sacrifice that he made.
I agree, but
He killed all those innocent dudes.
the crew, I don't know who was involved with that. I don't know if Chow Yun-fat was in his ear or just the people working on set, but they were like, come on, John Woo, you got to let him live.
That was such like that would have been such a better ending and like a heroic ending for him.
I like that he lives. They show him on the boat. He gets away, throws all the paper cranes in the water.
Yeah.
Chow Yun-fat's kind of smiling, knowing that he got away.
Yeah, even though he doesn't know that he kind of knows that.
He knows,
but they
Peng's
don't
burning
there's,
the file.
There's no like goodbyes or anything. They just all
because they just filmed that final scene of him on the boat. It
Yeah.
wasn't like they had anything else to insert.
because it's the superintendent Teresa and Chow Yun-fat, and they burn the file together in the basket.
Yeah.
The waste basket.
So that's the extent of it. Again, I don't know how much of that was because he was supposed to actually be dead, or they knew that they had changed the ending.
I mean,
but
it is a good final shot because we kick up that fucking city pop again, and he's just sailing away, and all the paper cranes are in the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would have been more poignant if he just passed away. I'm fine with him living.
Yeah.
The movie literally ends right after that, and it's dedicated to Barry Wong.
Yeah,
like
I saw
said,
that. Yeah.
Passed away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fucking hard boiled,
Yeah,
man.
Where are we putting this?
This is on the shelf. This is a pretty obvious
You
one.
think?
Again, we don't typically cover movies in this vein, ones that people herald as one of the best action movies of all time. But even with that said, I feel like this doesn't get enough. It doesn't get talked about enough, even though people say that constantly online when you look it up.
Well,
if that makes any sense.
No, because I was going to say the same thing, and I'm like, in my head, it's one of the best action movies of all time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, it's not necessarily a dumpster movie because like what we like to do is highlight stuff that people don't really know
More in
about.
the vein of like a Dark Angel,
or in the vein of a Dark Angel,
because I thought of that a lot while watching.
or
this.
like Fatal Termination,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
like another HK flick. You know what I mean?
But I watch again. We've been talking about this movie, mostly me, but we've been talking about this movie for a long time.
It fucking rules.
I've been a fan for many years, and it is also a good way to open that door into possible more John Woo reviews.
Sure,
get a little bit of that history,
get the feet wet.
Yeah. I mean, not that we couldn't go further back in the catalog, but again, like I said earlier, Hard Target, Face Off are definitely in our future.
Oh, 100%.
Not to say that I wouldn't love to talk about A Better Tomorrow, because that would be kind of an interesting one.
I think that I would opt for that first.
Okay, yeah, that one's interesting because that's kind of a crime story where Chow Yun-fat, he I won't spoil it, but he plays a few different characters.
Okay.
It's interesting,
Okay.
but that's a really good one also. But I'm just happy to talk about it. We just talked about it for a long time.
Yeah.
I love Chow Yun-fat and I love John Woo and all the supporting characters, Tony Leung, Teresa Mo, Philip Kwok, fucking Johnny Wong, whatever his real name was, something Wong, Anthony Wong. They're all great in this.
Yeah.
The story's great. It's insane to me that John Woo originally just wanted to do his version of Dirty Harry, so he was going to have Tony Long poison baby formula.
Yeah, well,
I'm glad they didn't do that because this movie would be very forgettable.
yeah, it would be remembered for the wrong reasons.
That's
I think.
what I mean by that. Instead, it's just remembered for what it should be.
Yeah.
Great cinematography,
I mean,
great acting,
it's
a
just
great
an
story.
excellent
good twists
crime,
and turns.
Excellent crime film.
Yeah, and I love crime movies, but I love watching cops and robbers movies. They've always had Lethal Weapon always comes to mind. It's just that back and forth. Predator 2 we always go back to. It's just that dynamic. Bad guys versus good guys. Who's the bad guy in this movie? Well, it's actually the fucking criminals. Usually the shoe's on the other foot with John Woo, like I was saying. So.
We need to do some police movies, dude. Like what have they done to your daughters and stuff like that?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm always open to the different
It's Italian
interpretations.
crime.
Yeah.
Euro crime.
Love crime movies. Love this movie. Again, what was the subject line or whatchamacallit at the top of this episode?
Is it the best John Woo Chow Yun-fat movie?
I think so. It's definitely my favorite. Again, maybe you could make an argument for The Killer or one of those Better Tomorrow movies.
It's a matter of taste.
But I say Hard Boiled's the best of the bunch.
I would definitely agree with that. It's on the fucking shelf for me too. I mean, again, it's one of the best action movies of all time. Okay, it's the movie that made John Woo a household name in the States.
Oh yeah, big time.
You know, and again, like he's had a lot of success after this movie. But yeah, I mean, Chow Yun-fat is just so much fun to fucking watch. He's got so much charisma.
He's funny,
I just love him so much in this movie because he's like a musician. He's a wise ass cop, a hard boiled cop, and just a god with two guns. You know what I mean? And just like one
give
man
him one,
army.
he's Superman. Two, he's a god.
Two, he's a god. It's just like so much fun to watch him just blow the shit out of people. And again, the whole cast is really great in this. And I cannot stress enough, if you haven't seen this movie or you have seen it, watch it again. Because the filmmaking here is fucking insane. Like the cinematography on this is crazy. And
they also cleaned it up so good in this new release. Not that they don't always with Shout. But it's like, I was watching it again for this review, and I was like, if you didn't go with the clothes, because the clothes are so like the era, you would think it was made today. It just looks so good.
I love the aesthetic of this film because it's like it's 90s, obviously. It's
at that 80s bleed over.
It's late 80s, early 90s Hong Kong, and it's got this great... I mentioned City Pop before, but like that great, gritty Hong Kong neon filter over it with like those soft halos around all the lights and stuff. It just looks so good. Like
baggy clothes.
I want to fucking be there. I want to do tequila slammers with tequila. I want to smoke cigarettes.
I want to go to that jazz bar.
I want to go to the fucking jazz
Mr.
bar,
Wu's bar.
and then I want to go shoot a bunch of triads.
Fuck it, right?
Yeah. I mean, like
hang out with Little Co before he got taken out. He seemed like a fun guy to again, he's still a rat. Fuck him, but it seems like a fun guy.
Yeah, Foxy will show you a good time. He knows all the spots on the strip. Yeah,
definitely does.
Yeah, man, it's a great flick. I mean, it's an all timer for sure. So yeah.
And if you guys want some more Movie Dumpster content, you can always head over to patreon.com/Movie Dumpster and sign up for the $1, $5, or $10 tier to get yourself some Movie Dumpster merch. You get yourself a sticker pack, a glow-in-the-dark pin, a t-shirt. Plus, we've got commentary tracks to different movies, mini-sodes, basically shortened reviews, and stuff along those veins. Or if you don't want to leave YouTube, you can always sign up for the YouTube membership program. You get pretty much the same thing, just none of the physical items. So those commentary tracks and mini-sodes and any behind-the-scenes content will be up there. We really appreciate you guys if you want to sign up, but if not, that's okay too.
Yeah, man. And if you're watching here on YouTube, if you could like the video and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. You know, we've said this before, but there's about 25% of you that watch this show, and we know that you're enjoying it because you watch every goddamn episode. So do us a favor and hit that subscription button because it really helps us expand and grow more. And if you listen on your favorite podcast app, leave us that 5-star review because it does help for Apple Podcasts and Spotify and all that kind of good stuff. Just write a couple sentences. You know, it's all good, baby. Get some more dumpster boys in here, dumpster gals, and everybody in between. Let's do it.
And if you want to find out what the dumpster dudes are up to, you can always head over to moviedumpsterpodcast.com where we have a showing of all our upcoming events, what we got coming out on Patreon, and pretty much everything else we got going on. We have a store on there. We have t-shirts, hats, a couple other things in that vein. If you want to spend a little dough, moviedumpsterpodcast.com. Check it out.
And before we get all the way out of here, I want to do one more of these tequila slammers from my boy Chow Yun-fat, and of course for Sean for his birthday.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Here we go.
Now that's how it's done.
Gun bait?
Bullshit!
So that's it. That's Hard Boiled from 1992, directed by John Woo. I'm Joel Escola.
And I'm Sean O'Rourke.
Thanks for visiting the dumpster.